That's the pain that makes you strong. That's the pain that makes you hungry. I don't know how bad you're gonna win tonight, but you're gonna win this damn game. Let's go. You wanna play? Then let's play.
We call that ballin'. Doing this is my calling. Flow is so appalling. My phone off and she calling. I'm like, yeah, what it do? Penthouse, man, what a view. Fall back cause I'm coming through with my whole team. They coming too. That's back again and I run it. Always gotta keep it 100. All of y'all know y'all want it. Turn it up and get blunted. I'm like, f the money, the fame. I came here to f up the game, gon' get it. I'm feeling myself, fresh to death, I'm killing myself. I'm called that ballin'. Doing this is my calling. Flow is so appalling. My phone off and she calling. I'm like, yeah, what it do? Penthouse, man, what a view. Fall back cause I'm coming through with my whole team. They coming too. That's ballin', ballin'. I came from nothing to something like it's nothing. Yeah, you know I done it. That is no discussion. Bitch, I'm ballin', ballin'. I made a promise to my mama. I'ma turn these zeros into tens and commas. I'm gone.
Tonight's aerial coverage is provided by the Manatee County Fair, the place to see and be seen, January 16th through the 26th, 2020. TigerVision is made possible in part by Conley Buick GMC, where we treat you like family. Impact Staff Leasing. Garrett Richard, we are workers' comp. Port Manatee. Boyd Insurance. DeVito's Auto Repair. The Manatee County Fair. Drug-Free Manatee. Richardson Stinton Roofing. Superior Asphalt. Slot Machine Charters, Captain Griffin Deans. Asa Power. Sign Zoo, Turn Some Heads. Apex, Office Products and Furniture. Now, let's kick it to the booth with tonight's commentators, Brian Varnador, Ken Burton Jr., and Rick Wells.
We are live from Florida's Suncoast, rights to the broadcast of this regional semifinal in the 2019 FHSAA Class 6A Football Championships have been granted to TigerVision as presented by Conley Buick GMC by the Florida High School Athletic Association and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our viewing audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the Florida High School Athletic Association is prohibited. Tonight in 6A Region 3, the number 5 Port Charlotte Pirates have traveled 54 miles north along Florida's beautiful west coast and have arrived here in Palmetto to square off versus the number 1 ranked Palmetto Tigers. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brian Varnador, and I'm joined tonight by my broadcast partners, Mr. Rick Wells, Ken Burton Jr., Tom Porter, and on the sidelines, our statistician, Mr. Steve Johnson, in our Atlanta studio. Tonight, we should have a great game for you as both powerhouse teams come into this game with identical records of 10 wins and only 1 loss. With that, I'm going to turn it over to my broadcast partner, Mr. Rick Wells, for his thoughts. Rick?
Hey, thank you, Brian and Kenny. Welcome to another beautiful Friday night of high school football. After a very hard-fought game against the Braden River Pirates last week, it's truly an honor to be back here tonight. Once again, we're in the same position that we were in just a week ago. We're facing another district team that we have already faced early in this year. We were victorious during that competition, but as we know, that really does not matter. Braden River had come out with a very good game plan last week and gave us some trouble in the first half. The excellent coaching staff that we have here at Palmetto made the necessary adjustments at halftime, and the Tigers were able to come out here and do enough to win that ball game. Tonight I'm looking at Sajel Hickson. I'm looking at the running game that we had against this Port Charlotte team several weeks ago, and I believe that this is going to be an opportunity for Sajel to once again showcase his hard running style, his ability to really get around the edge and to make things happen, and then to hopefully open up the running game. A lot of wind tonight coming out of the north. Don't know how much that's going to affect the play of the game, but I'm sure it's going to have cause some issues with the kicking game. I just can't see it not coming into play, Kenny. But really, we say it week in and week out. This is a battle of wills. We man up against them very well. Who has the better athletes? This is playoff football. So, everything goes. You got to lay it out on the field, and you do your best to make it to another regional game in another week. So, Kenny, I'll pass it off to you.
Thank you, Rick. Good evening, everybody. It seems like this game just takes forever to get here each week, but it's playoff football. Only 16 teams are left in Class 6A, and my thoughts on this game have been thinking about how Port Charlotte has taken this. You remember how we felt when we were in Tallahassee, Lincoln, and we could have, should have won that game, and we didn't, and the boys had the 5-hour drive to think about it. Well, go back when we played Port Charlotte and we throttled them 47-7, and multiply how we felt times 5, and they have run the table with 7 straight wins. And as we won the district and the RPI came out, they knew we were going to be the top seed, and they knew they were going to be the 5 seed. So they have been thinking about this game. We're going to get another shot at Palmetto in the second round. So let's hope. And we're going to go do what they did to us. They embarrassed us on our home field. So we're going to turn around and come to Palmetto and do the same. Now, in that game we played, I rewatched it today. Sachel Hickson had a good game. 16 rushes, 141 yards. We played nearly perfect football from a fan's perspective. We had 4 turnovers. We created 4 turnovers. It did not turn the ball over any times. I think we need to do the same thing tonight. If we play like we did against Braden River and allow them to stay in the game the longer into this game, we're going to be in for a big battle tonight that will go down to the wire.
Yeah, thanks, Ken. Brian back here. You know, they are a team that wears the colors red and black tonight on this evening. It's 67 degrees here in Palmetto, Florida. Kind of a cool night. And the uniforms are very similar to the old Palmetto Tigers. So for fans tuning in, the Palmetto Tigers will be wearing the gray jerseys with the red helmets with a bright red P on the side. You know, one thing I've noticed with this Port Charlotte team and the Pirates, they have a very dynamic quarterback, Logan Rogers. He's just a young man that has a will to win. You know, he's 5'8", 160 pounds, but he is a guy that no matter what kind of team you have, you want this young man on your team. You can see that this young man, Ken, you and I have talked about this, he plays with the will to win. He's got some very nice-looking receivers out there, and Mike Boom Jones out there, 6'3", 195, number 14. You can watch out for him. And then he's got a another receiver, Dylan Locker, number 11, is good, very nice in his routes. And then, in addition, he has a very nice back behind him there, Janarian Dada Washington, number 22. He's a 5'10", 203-pound bruising back. Yes. He runs really hard, and they play offensive scheme. They do a lot of wing T. You'll see that, and they do a lot of heavy, big jumbo sets, and they want to come out and they want to establish a run.
Yeah, going back and watching that film as well, Kenny, you saw that very athletic quarterback be able to take advantage of the defense at times when we would key on the wrong player, and he was very quick to pull that ball back and to hit that hole. And the defense, has played well all year, and they've always had that mentality: bend, we'll bend, but we don't break. And last week we broke a few times, but we overcame some adversity, and we were able to get back into our game and really hold the Pirates when we needed to the most.
Yeah, the good thing.
Yeah, the captains out there for the Port Charlotte Pirates, they're number 8, number 9, number 4, and number 22 out there are the captains. We've seen them before. Number 8 is Devin Hunter. He's the Mike linebacker, 5'11", 200. He's a very dynamic player. Number 9, Nick Biacani, the tight end, is out there. And number 4 is Bo Guy. He's a 5'6", 144-pound running back, but he can really fly. And then number 22 is big Janarian Dada Washington.
Hey, Brian, let me jump in real quick here with Coach Marino. Coach, last week, an epic playoff caliber type game against a tough Braden River opponent. How did that game prepare the Tigers for this week's game against Port Charlotte?
Well, I think all of our younger guys and experienced guys got a taste of what big boy playoff football is all about. They're much more ready for this week.
Port Charlotte, a team that we beat early in the season easily. They have been surging ever since, 7 straight wins. How do you mentally prepare for that team that's peaking at the right time?
Well, again, you got to think, what are they going to do differently? What adjustments are they going to make? And so, you don't know that until you get into the game, and we'll be prepared for whatever they throw at us. We'll make adjustments accordingly.
All right, Coach. Good luck in the first half.
Thank you, Tom. Hey, we're going to now stand, and we're going to have the national anthem, which is going to be sung tonight by Katie Cardinal.
Tonight's color guard is being presented by the Palmetto High School Junior ROTC. Commander is Cadet Captain Norwood. Members of the color guard include Captain Cadet Martin, Captain Command Sergeant Major Tonitis, and Cadet Sergeant First Class Neves.
of stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare of bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
What a beautiful job with the national anthem by Katie Cardinal there. And tonight's captains for the coin toss would be number 28, Terrian Carnes for Palmetto Tigers, number 8, which is Curtis Thomas, number 13, Kobe Mays, and number 5, Floyd Dozier Jr. With that, I'm turning it over to Rick.
Hey, just real quick, guys. I mean, so, really it's all about what, if anything, does Port Charlotte try to do differently? And do we just go with the game plan that we know works, that we know worked well against them several weeks ago, and just putting man on man up front. So up front is big every game, but it's going to be huge tonight that our O-line and our D-line do their job. We know the D-line's going to have their hands full, and we're going to have to make sure that we keep that running game under control. And offensively, we have to get the blocks necessary to free Sajal Hickson and also Robert Gavin. But it's just a matter of manning up and taking care of business, Kenny.
I think early on we ran all over them back week 4, rushed for 330 yards, averaged almost 8.5 yards a carry. If we are able to run the ball, then yes, stick to the game plan, and I see great things about them. Defensively, we've seen the wing tee several times, so it's not good. They're not going to deviate too much. Yes, they're going to have some extra things in there. We're going to do the same thing. So I think we'll be good.
Yeah, just an exciting atmosphere tonight here at Palmetto's Harley Stadium, and it was a not that long of a trip, only about an hour trip, and it looks like Port Charlotte has won the toss, deferred, so the Palmetto Tigers will receive the opening kickoff.
So very important, guys, for the offense to come out here, establish something positive, not make some of the silly mistakes that we made against Braden River last week, ruining a positive game with a negative penalty. Let's just come out here and establish a very efficient offensive game plan. And, yes, get in the end zone quick if we can. I mean, we waited and waited and waited until we finally put some points on the board last week, and that was because the defense got us a safety.
Yeah, absolutely. We need to jump on them early, kill any desire they have to come in here and knock us off, and let them know we mean business.
And inversely, Port Charlotte Pirates, what they're going to try to do is establish the run. They do have some prolific receivers out there that are some playmakers, great size receivers. But, I would think what they want to do is just establish that run. Tom, looking at it from the sideline down there, what's the attitude? How's it look down there?
I'm gonna tell you guys, they're psyched up. Everybody's pumped. It's cold weather. That just adds that extra element to any football game. We're second round of the playoffs. Everybody's excited, clapping. There was a lot of talk this week about how this game would go, and I think the players got word of that, and they are fired up and ready for this matchup.
And from hearing, talking to the coaches on the sidelines out in the field, they had a very good week of practice.
Now the referees are clearing the field, and they're about to spot this one. The kicker is number 5 there, which is Anthony Ferrantino, and he's a fullback strong safety. And back to receive is LaJonte Wester and Jaquez Hughes. So whistle has been blown live. Get a kick out. A great service from our friends at DeVito's Auto. Now it's a squib kick. It's going to be picked up there by LaJonte Wester, trying to find a crease. He goes to the inside, and he has a nice return, and he's going to be tackled at the 38-yard line.
Yeah, so a good way to start. You know, I was trying to recall from week 4 when we played Port Charlotte, and the kicking game was not the best part of the game. They obviously have been working on trying to get better at that. But, you know, we also have had several teams this year that try to pooch that ball in the middle of the coverage and then, you know, try to take advantage of one of those inner linemen trying to catch the ball. But, hey, a good field position for the Tigers, and very important to try to get something positive here of this first drive.
And really prepared. The Palmetto Tigers, LaJonte actually rolled up and fielded that ball, was able to get a nice return to the 39.
Looked like a shortstop out there.
Palmetto Tigers, now we have a stop in play, and that's going to be motion against the Palmetto Tigers. That's going to back them up 5 yards, so it'll be 1st and 15. The ball now is at the 35.
So exactly what we did not want to happen, and we've talked about this already. I think, you know, we just got to calm down and just, you know, just do your job. And, you know, Coach Marino talked about that before the game, just too many penalties last week against the Pirates.
Now lining up to the far side of the field is Curtis Thomas, and he's going to be covered out there by Mike Boom Jones. Now he throws it out there. Very nice catch by Butler. Turns it inside. Goes for a gain of about 3 on the play.
Like the call with the pass so that Xavier can get the kinks out and relax
and good play by Devin Hunter on the tackle. Now this one is Sajel Hickson, runs forward and goes for no gain.
Yeah, we're gonna have a face mask on the Pirates during the tackle of Sajel Hickson. Obvious face mask.
Yeah, really, they were in great position back there. Just kind of an unfortunate break for the Pirates there. So that's a face mask, and that's going to be enough for your Palmetto Tigers to pick up the first down.
So go ahead, Kenny.
And you know, watching the replay of Game 4. There were several times they had face masks that they shot themselves in the foot, much like this.
Yeah, and that's a tough one because it's a D lineman just making a tackle. You know, got a back that drops down. Very unfortunate. Really, they were in great position on that play, but brings up a 2nd and 8. So it couldn't have been a face mask there, guys. So this time it's Sajel Hickson trying to bounce it outside, keeps his balance there, runs over a tackler, goes for about a 6-yard gain. He's going to be about 1 yard short of the first down.
I thought he had signaled a face mask. And
he did. It was a signal, face mask, 5-yard penalty. But he definitely signaled for a face
so we
mask.
have incidental here in high school, so that one would be on me. I apologize for that.
And
going to be very close to the first down. Zay runs the ball on that play, and it's going to be right at it.
And one thing you'll see, number 54, Elias Isaac. He's a very nice defensive tackle there. So it's going to be inches short of the first down mark.
4th down.
4th down for the Palmetto Tigers.
But I guess they're not even going to call for a measurement, but it's very close.
Now,
here we go.
There's a timeout call for the measurement. One thing you see here in the playoff games, the FHSAA, you know, the crew, they do a fine job out there of officiating.
They really do, Brian, and, you know, a good call here to make sure to get the play right. It's going to be right at the marker, and like you said earlier, maybe 2 inches short, if that. But go ahead, Tom.
I was just going to say, looking straight down the line here, if the chains are true, we should have the first down here by a couple inches.
All right, Tom, let's see how good Tom Porter's eyes are there. You're only, 37 or so. No, I guess you're about 26 yards away there, Tom, and he is short.
Yep.
about a nose, right, Tom?
Yeah, just about 2 or 3 inches, looks like.
2 or 3 inches. So Palmetto Tiger offense stays on the field. And you can see that that big offensive line for the Palmetto Tigers averages about 290 or so pounds across the line of scrimmage. And so it's 4th and inches.
Well, for the Pirates, you got big number 98 right in the middle there, Noah Ryan. We're going to have to get some hands on him and try to get Zay just get 2 inches here, and we got this thing picked up.
Xavier Williams takes it, drives forward for the first down. So the Palmetto Tigers pick up the first down of the game, and really a pretty good looking defense out there. You know, the Port Charlotte last week held their opponent to 6 points, so they've really improved, you know, from earlier on in the season.
Right, during the season, they were anywhere from 10 to 20 points per game, and that was their best game.
Jonte Wester gets it. Curtis Thomas with a great block, and then Jonte Wester is down at the 30-yard line. First down, Tigers.
Yeah, good job by the Tiger offense. Anytime you can get the ball into Jonte Wester's hands, you know, good things happen. So good pass by Zay Williams to get it there.
Palmetto Tigers in a hurry-up offense. Xavier Williams looks. He flips one out there, and it's going to be Curtis Thomas, and he goes for a nice gain on the play, goes for about a 9-yard gain.
And I think that, you know, the coaches are looking at the defensive scheme here for the Pirates. They remember the running game we had as well. So
Palmetto Tigers playing very fast. Option pitch out there. It's on the ground, and it is a turnover, and it is recovered by the Port Charlotte Pirates.
And that's what you don't want to have, turnovers. So unfortunate, a great drive, good start with the fast pace, and just unfortunate here. Defense is going to have to go out there and see what they can do now.
Yeah, you definitely got to come back here and regroup as an offense and shake that off, and hopefully the defense can do what they do best and stop this Pirate offense from getting into the end zone.
Pirates now line up, and they've got Logan Rogers is there with the big back in the backfield with him. Janarian Washington back there.
Washington rushed for a little over 1,000 yards, straight north-south bruiser.
2 receivers out there on the right. They have abandoned that wing T formation, so coming out with a little bit different look for the Palmetto Tiger defense. Now the quarterback throws it out there, and it's a bubble screen out there, and it's going to go for a loss of about 1 on the play.
Yeah, so it was a good job by Kevion Williams, the D-end, and also you've got the corner coming up there. I believe that was going to be Elson Bradley, but good stop to start this off for the Tiger defense.
Palmetto Tigers coming up with a very about 6 across the defensive line. Tyler Wells now flanks out wide in coverage. Now Logan Rogers fakes the handoff. Now he throws it out there. Good route, good coverage by Day Hill. And that's number 11 there, Dylan Lockard, who looking for him on a slant, incomplete pass.
Yeah, good job by Day Hill, but that ball came out pretty hot too. Kind of hard for big number 11. You know, Dylan Lockhart to get his hands on that. That was a bullet.
Now it is 3rd and 11 for the Pirates. Changing things up here. Tried to draw the Palmetto Tigers offside. Good discipline there by that Palmetto Tiger defense. Logan Rogers, 2 backs in the backfield. Rolls to his left, and there's good penetration by the Palmetto Tiger defense. And so that's going to bring up a punting situation. Now, you may see Logan Rogers go back there and punt. We saw that he's a very talented young man.
They call him Bear. The head coach calls him Bear because of his heart. He is our Matthew Wyatt on their team. He makes this team go, and we will see him kick extra points, field goals, punt, quick kick, throw, and run the ball.
And great penetration there by Kevion Williams, number 11. You know, that's that 6'3", 230-pound DN for the Tigers. There's a little bit of a rugby kick. It's going to be short and low. Wester's waiting for that hop, and it's going to be down there at the 42.
So good job by the defense to bail out the offense on that turnover, which we go back to that Week 4 game. We didn't have any turnovers during that ball game. So just a little bit of miscommunication between Zay Williams and Sajal Hickson. The ball was a little bit behind Sajal on that pitch. Just got to clean that up and forget about it.
And we actually get a little bit better field position on this second drive. Hope they just pick up right where they left off, moving the ball down the field.
Now Xavier Williams is back there in the shotgun, and Sajal Hickson's out there as a wingback. Oh, bobbles the ball, does Butler, and he goes for a loss of about 1 on the play.
Yeah, so already having some ball security issues. Bubba luckily was able to grab a hold of the football and live to see another down.
Xavier Williams takes it, throws it out there. Curtis Thomas, and he goes for a nice gain on the play of about 8 yards. So it's going to bring up a third, and we'll call it 4.
So this Pirate defense is playing well already, and they covered that. A good block right there by LeJonte, but they're swarming to the ball.
So we'll call it 3rd and 3 on this one. It's a long 3, and we have Sajal Hickson in the backfield back there with Xavier Williams. Fakes the handoff. Now he throws it out there. Got a wide open receiver, and that's LeJonte Wester. First down, and he's going to be driven out of bounds there. Excellent defensive play there by number 14, and that is Mike Boom Jones there, the 6'3", 195-pound defensive player, but not after a great game by the Tigers. Xavier Williams, this time he keeps it, and he is smashed in the middle field. Number 99, big Daquan Martin, with a great stop.
Yeah, I watched him on film from that first game, and he is just something you gotta deal with. He's an awesome, athletic, big defensive lineman.
So 6:45, that is Sajal Hickson driving, still going, and he's tackled there after about a 4-yard gain.
So the running game's sputtering a little bit, but we're making positive yardage here. They keep throwing those quick passes. It should open up.
Xavier Williams looks over to the sideline, checking things over with his coaches. 6:18 on the clock. Xavier Williams looks. He throws the long ball out there, and there's overthrows everyone here, so that'll stop the clock at 6:07, bringing up another 4th down.
So it looked like he was trying to go for Curtis Thomas, but he also had LeJonte Wester wide open
down the sideline.
Sideline, but easy for us to pick that up with no pressure on our face, right?
Right. Oh yeah.
So Rafael Gonzalez is back there in punting formation. Back to return this is the return man back there, and he is on the 10-yard line. Braden Nickel with a good snap. The kick is driven, and it's a very long kick, and it's going to be well into the end zone, so not much net yardage there. But while we are here in the first quarter, we remind you that announcement from FHSAA. Sportsmanship is having pride in your school, your team, and yourself. Sportsmanship is respect for the game and those who play it. The Florida High School Athletic Association reminds you to take on the responsibility of good sportsmanship. Play strong, play hard, play fair. This message provided by this station and the FHSAA.
Hey, Brian, I'm down here in the west end zone with Julie. Julie is the FFA teacher at Palmetto High School. How you doing, Julie?
I am doing great. It's a great evening to have a football game. And I'd like to send a special thanks to Uncle John's Pride Sausage for supporting Palmetto High FFA.
There were supposed to be a bunch of kids around us, but apparently they're out selling sausage right now for the FFA. So great cause here at the school, and they got a great organization, and hopefully they can sell some sausage. Everybody get out and come get some sausage from them. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Go Tigers.
Thank you very much, Tom Porter. 5:58 on the clock. They're going to start this one here at the 20-yard line. Logan Rogers rolls left, keeps it, and he stumbles forward for a gain of about 2 on the play.
Yeah, brought down by Matty White, but that's just something that we have to expect from this athletic quarterback. I mean, Logan Rogers is not afraid to put his head down and run the ball, and he comes up there and he slips a little bit, but Matty Wyatt's right there on the spot.
So second and 8 and 5:32 on the clock. Logan Rogers has 2 backs in the backfield there with him, 1 receiver out wide. Hands the ball off to the big back up there, and no go on that one.
This defense is swarming.
They are really picking up the run, and they are a run-first team, and if they can't get their running game, it could be a long night for them.
You got Matty Wyatt right in there filling the gap once again.
Yeah, and involved in that, the defensive line for the Tigers really was very solid on that. 3rd and 8 here. Rogers checks things over. There's the snap, fakes the handoff, he throws a little seamer out there. Good coverage out there, nearly.
It may have been
picked off, and now it bounced off the receiver, then off the Palmetto Tiger, Matty Wyatt, and may have worked its way back to the receiver. I'd have to see that.
Wow. Are they calling that a complete pass? Okay.
So it is ruled an incomplete
It was almost an
pass.
interception and almost a complete pass. So that was something that we saw back during that Tallahassee-Lincoln game where that big tight end tipped the ball to himself as he's falling down, right?
That's right.
So Rogers is going to handle the punting duties. He runs it out there, and he kicks it to the right, and Jaquez Hughes is back there, and he's going to let this one roll. Nice punt, and it's going to be down inside the 20 at the 19-yard line.
Can this young man do everything or what? That's a great punt. A great punt right there by the quarterback, Logan Rogers, who once again, he can do it all. You ask him to help your ball club out, and he changes the field and switches it over. So we have a little bit of work to do here, and this offense has got to get together and start working out the kinks, kind of carrying over just a little bit from Braden River. But this running game has got to get started, and that O-line is where it all begins. Kenny.
Yeah, we lost 30 yards field position based on that punt.
Palmetto Tigers in a tight formation. They hand it off. Nearly a miscue once again. And there's no blocking there. It goes for about a gain of a half yard.
Pirate defense really taking care of the edges here and making clean tackles. So having to work hard for everything.
So got a good spot on that one. A 2-yard gain on the play. Palmetto Tigers now with 2 receivers on both sides of the formation. Xavier Williams looks, and he rolls to his left. Still has his eyes up. Throws the big ball down the sideline. And out there making a fantastic.
He caught
that. Bubba Butler?
Bubba caught that. My goodness.
Or is that C?
That looks like Curtis Thomas.
Curtis
Thomas. Number 8. CT Magic.
The Magic Man.
So CT Magic with a circus catch on the sideline.
And luckily the referee is Johnny on the spot. Makes a great call watching Curtis all the way.
And amazing. Sajel Hickson bounces off a tackle, still going.
We have a flag.
And he
on
has
the
the first down, but probably a hold back there in the backfield. An amazing run by Sajel Hickson.
Guys, that was a great catch by Curtis Thomas, but we cannot fail to mention the pass. He put it right where it had to be over the defender, who's a tall guy. Put it right where it needed to be for that catch to be made.
See if we can pick up the hold here.
A block in the back is what I picked up there. So that one's going to be, a very nice gain there by Sajel Hickson. Now 54, the dynamic defensive tackle out there, Elias Isaac, is out there. Looks like he may have picked up an injury.
He is laying face down on the ground, motionless at this point, so that doesn't look good.
Okay.
He just jumped up. Disregard.
Okay, that's great to see. And so that out there was a defensive back out there. I believe that was Anthony Ferrantino there, and he's also the kicker. So that could come into play later in this game, but great to see Anthony's spine.
So this is, what we were talking about earlier. I know that Coach Marino and Coach Ty are pulling their hair out. We get one big play, and then we have a penalty on the next play, and we saw that several times against the Pirates last week. A positive gain, and then right behind it, a negative gain. So there's no gaining. We're just, we're like a yo-yo.
So 1st and 22 for the Tigers. They fake the handoff there. Now they're throwing a little tunnel screen, looking for a block out there. Goes for a nice gain on the play. Good tackle there And
that's Curtis Thomas.
Curtis
once
Thomas
again.
coming across there.
Zay Williams really throwing the ball well here in this first quarter.
17.
So with second and 17, Sajel Hickson takes it running hard, and he goes for a nice gain on the play, but to about the original line of scrimmage, so it'll be 3rd and 10.
So we're getting it back in chunks here. Hopefully we can convert on this 3rd and 11.
3 minutes on the clock. Xavier Williams back there checking off at the line of scrimmage. A big cushion out here on the slot receiver. Xavier Williams looks, and he throws it out there. A long throw out there. Great catch by Wester. Makes the first guy miss. Still on his feet, and he's going to be very close. It looks like he may have picked that first down.
I think he got more than enough, Brian, and looking at the referee on the other side.
And they're moving. Move them chains.
Another great pass by Zay Williams. That's a hard pass
all the
to
way
make.
across the field. Yeah, I bet he threw that thing 45 yards just to get it there.
So 2:34 on the clock, 1st and 10. Sajel Hickson running hard to the middle of the line. No gain on the play. Great play by number 99. Daquan Martin once again.
That's a hard man to get around him. He takes up the middle, and he's a great tackler and very athletic for a big man. Plays nose guard, DN. He's only a junior.
So 2nd and 8.
They got their hands. They're starting to look tired.
Tigers now right on the 20-yard line, so have entered the ASA Power red zone. Xavier Williams hands the ball off. Sajel Hickson takes a big hit. There's that man again, number 99, Daquan Martin, to clean things up. So a minute 45 on the clock. Brings up 3rd and 5. Robert Gavin now in the backfield. Robert Gavin has the ball driving hard, and he's got close to the first down, but he's going to be just a bit short.
And putting some fresh legs in there to
absolutely.
give Sajel a rest.
You know, Sajel took a beating last week against Braden River and actually, had some issues with a hit he took to the face.
Guys, this Port Charlotte defensive line is not big necessarily, but they are very strong. A couple times they've wrapped both of our running backs up and just drove them straight back. There's no leg drive at all. They're stopping them right at the point of impact.
Yeah, they're not tall, but they're thick. They play with very low leverage out there.
Field goal.
Field goal now for Rafael Gonzalez.
About a 30-yarder.
And that will be a 30-yard field goal. It is up. It's very, very high, and it is no good. It's off to the left. So with 48 seconds on the clock here in the first quarter, the game is 0-0.
So unfortunately, Raphael's been off a little bit the last 2 weeks, and he's going to have to get into that kicker zone.
That zone again. I know Robbie was working with him on his kickoff a little this week, and he looked good in the warm-ups. He was 2 of 3 against them. We had 2 in the first half that were key. One to start the game off, one in the second quarter. But we're going to need him here to put that thing through.
So 1st and 10 for the Pirates. Got the ball right there at the 20-yard line. Logan Rogers reverse, and it's going to go for a lump. And he's going to break initial tackle, and he's tackled right at the 50-yard line there. And that is number 7, which is Solomon Luther on the play.
Nice play call. That's more yards than they have accumulated all night on that one play.
Look at them to run the ball heavy here out of this formation. He keeps it, and he goes to the center line, takes a nice hit by Matthew Wyatt. No gain on the play.
And in the wing T, you want to be able to run through the middle, and they're not having much luck there, which is going to limit them down the line.
So gain of 1 on the play. Clock down to 11 seconds here. Ball just inside the 50-yard line here for the Pirates. Moving things over, Bo Guy in motion from the left side to the right. And that'll be the end of the first quarter. So it's a dogfight here. It is 0-0. And you are watching the 2019 FHSAA Football Regional Semifinal on TigerVision as presented by Conley Buick GMC.
Hey guys, Chris Conley here from Conley Buick GMC. We're excited to be back for another season of Palmetto football and TigerVision. Good luck this year and go Tigers!
5, touchdown! All right, coming out here, he looks, he's got a wide open receiver, first down, and he's going to be tackled at the 35-yard line. Excellent route there by Bogai.
He just kind of settled down there in the little cushion spot in front of that zone defense, and Davion Cummins couldn't get to him quick enough.
Now the big back comes out here, Jalen Turner in the slot. Logan Ross, he hands it to Washington, running very hard, goes for a nice gain on the play of about, we'll call it 3 yards.
They're kind of doing a hurry up on us now.
Yeah, changing things up out there. Palmetto defense, there's an uncovered receiver out there in the slot at the moment.
That's his man. He has to get over.
So Logan looks at it, he throws it out there, wide open receiver out there, and he's got a first down. Really, that was just a little breakdown there in the defensive coverage.
Yeah, we probably dodged a bullet with that. The other guy was running down the slot, was running down the field, picked up, but
they're going to have to get something together here and make a play defensively.
Now, shotgun formation, he has single backs now. He throws the option out there to the right. He's got a little crease out there, and stumbling there was Bogai, and really should have been a pickup of about 15, but he only gains 5 on the play. 2nd and 5 here.
Yeah, kind of tripped over his own feet, and without that, he may have been in the end zone.
So 10:28 on the clock. And you can see that this Port Charlotte Pirate team has come to play. Out wide, number 11, Dylan Lockhart out here, the wide receiver. And then on this side of the formation, they've got a slot back over there, kind of a single wing look, 2 backs in the backfield. They're running it too, and very good defense there by the
Braden Nickel.
Nice play.
Braden Nickel, and number 11 was Kevion Williams there. So that brings up a 3rd and 6, 9:48 on the clock.
Probably two down territory. They don't have a kicker. The longest field goal I think they made was 33 yards.
And I think the kicker may have been injured on the one play out
You're
there
right,
playing
Brian.
defense.
You're absolutely
there,
right.
So
2 down territory here.
Palmetto Tigers jump off sides. So that's gonna.
I mean, that's exactly what they do. He's good with the cadence. Number 2, Logan Rogers. It's going to be about 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1.
Yeah, kind of a long one, maybe in between 1 and 2 yards. So short yardage situation here. Look for the big back. Janarian Washington, 5'10", 203 pounds. They move across the formation to the right, and they run a power play over there to the small back, and he's got a crease, and he's going to be tackled at the 2-yard line. And that's Bogai out there.
Yeah, he only goes 144 pounds, but he runs tough for his size.
Well, they're moving the ball really good against the Tigers and taking advantage of some overly aggressive play. A big hole for that young back to run through.
So here the ball is on the, let's call it the 3-yard line. 1st and goal. And they're running it to the left. He keeps it, and he's going to be tackled there. Very high tackle, and no gain on the play.
That was, I do believe,
quarterback.
I can't pick up a number. Maybe is that number 34?
Yeah, so let's credit Jordan Renard with that
ninth
tackle.
Grader.
The freshman. 8:47 on the clock. Rogers fakes it. They run it to the right. Pitch out there late. Really nice looking play. Touchdown, number 21, and that is Jalen Turner. Great looking play. Had that fast Palmetto defense overloading to the right side. Overplayed. Took themselves out of the play with the pursuit there.
Got to play assignment football with this, and great play call. Offense just now coming to life. We kind of helped them on that third down. That was probably the big key play on this drive. 3rd and 7 becomes a 3rd and 2. They move the chains and get in the end zone.
Bo Guy is the holder back there. Logan Rogers, the kicker, and he gets it off. It is up, and it is good. So with 8:32 here in the second quarter, the Port Charlotte Pirates lead this one 7-0.
So this comes down to offensively. We got to put something together here. You know, we have all those athletes over there on the offensive side, and you know we keep making those little mistakes that pushes us out of good field position, and we make a good play, and then we have a penalty right behind it. We miss a field goal, and the Pirates take advantage of it and move down the field very efficiently, Kenny, and put the first points on the board tonight.
And like I said in pregame, the longer we allow them to stay in the game, the more confident that they're going to be, and it's going to be tougher for us to pull this thing out.
It's very good to see that Anthony Ferrantino, the cornerback, that is also the kicker. He looks like he's in good shape out there, ready to kick this one off, and the play has been blown live here. Back to return, this would be LaJonte Wester. Now there's the kick. It's another low kick. It's a squib kick, and it's going to be picked up by Wester. And he reverses his field, and he's going to be tackled right at the 30-yard line. So very effective kick there by the Pirates.
Hey, Brian, let me jump in here real quick. Just want to point out the fact that we've got these new 2019 Class 6A District 12 championship shirts. Any Tiger fan that wants that, you can get it at tigerapparel.com. We've also got them for sale over here at the home side concession stand. Nice shirt.
Thanks very much, Tom. Now the Palmetto Tiger offense really needs to get things going here. 8:24 on the clock, down 7-0, trailing those Port Charlotte Pirates. Two receivers on both sides of the formation. Xavier Williams throws it out there. Kobe Mays with a nice catch, goes for a short gain of the play.
Good to see Kobe Mays get a catch. He was shut out last week, only 11 catches on the season. Got to get him in the end zone.
Gain of about 3 on the play. Brings up a 2nd and 7. Xavier Williams looks. He throws the ball down the seam, and he flies that one. Nearly picked off there, and that was Sajel Hickson down the middle of the field. Incomplete pass.
Well, they had some heat coming on him from the right side, and just a wide open defensive player. I believe it was going to be number 12. Jaron Butler came just wide open, and he took a big hit after that throw, but it took him out of rhythm there, and he couldn't get that ball down. We escaped a big one there.
Kobe Mays and Dravian Butler on the left side of the formation. He throws it to Kobe Mays, wide open, catches it, and he's got a first down and more. Now he's at the 40. He's the 30, the 20, and he is down at the 5-yard line. No flags.
Oh, I am so happy to see Kobe Mays in the ball game, making a big play, Rick.
Yeah, Kobe hasn't had the luxury of some real good passes from Zay since he's come back from his injury. He got a good pass there, makes a great play, gets through one tackler, and then just turns on the Jets.
Xavier Williams keeps it, lunging forward, in for 6.
And our 100-yard dash offense, just like that, Johnny on the spot, we are right back in this game.
Yeah, very crucial for that series, not to be down 7-0 and stall again offensively and then have to come back out here on defense. So hopefully Raphael can tie this thing up.
And one thing, going back and watching, they struggled with our speed, our team speed. They couldn't handle that. Speed kills. We just saw it there, and hopefully there's more of that to come.
Braden Nickel with the snap. The hold by Williams, the kick by Rafael Gonzalez. And this one is knotted up at sevens with 7:43 here in the second quarter. Let's have a reminder that in this 2019 FHSAA Class 6A Football Championships is sponsored by the Florida High School Athletic Association. The FHSAA is a democratic organization with a membership of more than 800 middle and senior high schools, all committed to ensuring that Florida student athletes can compete fairly and equitably in an educational environment. The Florida High School Athletic Association, building leaders through teamwork, sportsmanship, and citizenship.
I don't know if you guys could see or not, but Kobe Mays actually caught that ball twice. He caught it, fumbled a little bit, and caught it, which allowed the defensive player to get closer. Otherwise, that might have been a touchdown on the catch.
Yeah, we did notice that. Kobe Mays came out of that, and it's good to see Kobe running well after a knee injury. And I'll tell you what, the DB that was able to run down Kobe there showed great speed. And that one is caught at the 15-yard line, turning it up. Big hit there. And Braden Nickel, number 20, with just a huge hit.
Did it have a fumble there? Oh, okay, well.
So no fumble on the play.
But a big hit by Braden Nickel to come down there from after so many big hits from the long snapper position. Nice to see him on the kickoff come down there and make a great play as well.
Yeah, and that was Solomon Luther, who's also the defensive back that was involved in that. Shows that he has great speed, but great job by the coverage unit there for the Palmetto Tigers.
All right, defense, let's settle down and play some ball here.
Now number 11 out here is the dangerous Dylan Lockhart out there. And then one single receiver on the far side of the formation. Washington is in the backfield back there with Bo Guy. And there he hands it off, and he gashes him, and he goes for about a 11-yard gain, 12-yard gain on the play.
Yeah, he was already down. Tyler Wells had to come off of the strong safety position. Luckily, he gets into the middle of the field and makes a tackle, but too many yards on first down.
Rolling out there late in coverage are the Tigers. And he rolls to the left, throws it out there wide, and it's caught there. Great catches out there, but made by Bo Guy, and a gain of about, they called it 1 yard on the play.
Yeah, not much. A long throw, but a short gain.
You got Day-Day Hill over there making up ground in a hurry.
They're crazy to throw over there across the field like that.
Tyler Wells covering the slot receiver over here in press coverage. Palmetto Tiger, Matty Wyatt creeping up to the line. They're good block there. He throws the pitch out there, and it's going to be Janarian Washington hops over a tackler, and he's going to go for a nice gain. He's going to be 1 yard short of the first down, so it brings us up a 3rd and short.
Yeah, Washington's more their north-south on the dive, but you rarely see him run outside like that. Nice gain.
6:25 on the clock. Logan Rogers. And Palmetto Tigers jump off sides. They were able to get number 34 there, and that would be Jordan Renard, the 6'5", 250-pound freshman. So that's a first down.
And this is exactly what we continue to stress. You've got to watch the ball. I know you're aggressive. You're overly eager to try to get across the line of scrimmage, but we're just giving them 5 yards, and this is, once again, too many penalties starting to add up, and we're only in the first half.
And it's helping them sustain their drives.
6:17 on the clock, and it is 7-7 here. A very impressive performance here by the Port Charlotte Pirates here at Harley Stadium.
Is this the water break? Okay, yeah.
You are watching the 2019 FHSAA Football Region semifinal on TigerVision that's presented by Conley Buick GMC. Rogers in the shotgun formation with two backs behind him there. Sends the slot back in motion. He hands the ball off. There's Janarian Washington, breaks a tackle, and then Braden Nickel cleans that up, but he goes for a gain of about 3. And this is the offense that we expected to see the Pirates try to establish.
Wing T and running that dive with their big back, number 22.
So 5:35 on the clock. And there is a snap, and very good play there by the Tigers. Goes for no gain on the play. Ormsby involved in the tackle.
Well, Ellison Bradley broke that up. He came up from his safety spot, and he broke that up, and I think he hits him for a loss, doesn't he?
Hits him for a loss. He jumps it, hits for the loss, and then forces him in.
So
we're saying to help. Ormsby comes in and finishes him off.
So 3rd and 10, 5:05 on the clock. Pirates at the 48-yard line. And he rolls to his left, throws it, and he's going to be tackled just short of the first down marker. Very close. They might forward progress. He may have that. It's very close.
But they're definitely going to go for it, so we got to get ready right now for a quick snap.
If not anything, to make us jump off sides so that we can help them with their drive.
Yeah, Aaron Wesley on that reception. 4th and 1, 4:28 on the clock. Logan Rogers, empty backfield. Look for the quarterback keep on this one, but the Tigers in a heavy defense. Fakes the handoff there. Bo Guy in motion, turns around, and now they're talking things over with the sideline. 4:09 on the clock. 4th and very short. Creeping up to the line.
He's just trying
Logan
to get us
Rogers.
a jump.
And there's the timeout there.
Yeah, there was no, when he got up under center there was no desire. He's not going to snap
I would say they're still going to come back out here after this timeout and run a play. I don't see them punting this ball away. They think they can get this 1 yard against this Tiger defense. They've been successful with the running game up to this point, and they got a big back behind a very talented Logan Rogers who can pick up a yard, and he can pick a yard up as well. So a lot of weapons, a lot of different strategies going on here, but the Tiger defense is going to have to strap it up and go.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting play call coming out here, and one thing you might see with Logan Rogers, he might come up, line up behind the center, and Palmetto Tigers probably will employ a 5 or very heavy defensive line front there, and it's an excellent time to go play action pass. So it'll be an interesting play call here, Ken.
Yes, I thought they've had some success on the outside, but of recent with the big back 22 up the middle, it's interesting to see what they're actually going to do here.
Yeah, they've gone away from the empty backfield. Now they have the big back there, Janarian Washington. Rogers. Oh, the ball was on the ground. He picks it up, scrambles forward for the touchdown.
Everything was working in the
first down.
favor of the Tigers, but they just could not capitalize on a loose football. And
that play wasn't in the book, and it helped them out.
I tell you what, I mean, he's an athlete. That number 2, Logan Rogers, can play football.
And he's the smallest guy out there, other than the other running back.
He's cool as a cucumber all the time.
Great block there by Ladarius Bowie out there from his guard position along the center line, opening things up there. 1st and 10, 3:34 on the clock. Bo Guy in motion from right to left. And he hands it off to Janarius Washington. Very nice hit there by
Davion Cummings. Davion Cummings is the one that made that tackle. Number 40, is that number 41?
I thought it was Ellison Bradley.
Yeah, that was 41.
41,
yeah, Ellison Bradley.
Davion
Cummings. Right. We had him Tuesday night on the coach's show. Nice young man.
Great play. 2nd and 6. That play looked like it was going to go for a lot of yards. But Davion Cummings with a big hit. There's Washington again, and this time they bottle him up. He gains about 1 yard on the play. That'll bring up a third and a very long 5.
Yeah, it is imperative that we do not he does not get hot in this running game, running the ball up in the middle, or it'll be a long night.
Bo Guy is out there in a single wing or a slot back position in front of the quarterback with Washington in the backfield. He rolls there, throws across his body, nobody home, so that's going to bring up a 4th and 5.
Well, he had a lot of pressure on him, Brian. You had, all kind of Tigers coming. He was trying to get rid of that ball. You had Kendall Reynolds right on top of him, and we talk about this all the time, but that pressure will make a quarterback throw the ball before he wants to, and he had a wide open receiver.
So look for the quick kick, or maybe they're going for it.
Logan Rogers, you don't know. He's able to punt this out of here from very tight formation. And Tigers staying disciplined along the front of the line there. Tried to draw those Palmetto Tigers off time. There's the second timeout of the half with 2:25 on the clock.
Yeah, I think they were planning on running a play or hoping to get us offside because that's helped them with their drives tonight.
Yeah, he's definitely looking at the defense. They don't see what they want. He was up too close to even think about punting the ball. I thought maybe they would just take a delay of game and then try to punt out of it, but there's 2:25 left in this game. They're thinking that if they don't pick up the first down, defensively they can hold us.
Yeah, and then the ball is at the 35-yard line. You want to get a pooch punt off here, and you should be able to down the ball inside the 10. So it'll be.
And we really can't take a chance of dropping anyone back to receive the punt. We've got to cover this explosive offense.
And one thing about Port Charlotte, you don't know, by the formation, the break in formation, they usually have the receivers out there, and even when they do punt the ball.
He looks a little further back maybe. See what happens.
So Rogers,
nope.
He hands it off, and it's a reverse, and it's a pass, flea flicker, and he's looking down the field. Now he's being chased, and he's going to be tackled there at the 48-yard line.
That's
Quentin Rue.
Number 17, Quentin Rue, 6'1", 225-pound senior, makes a fine play on a very elusive quarterback, Logan Rogers.
And on top of that, it gives us excellent field position with 2:04 left in the first half. So offensively, if we can take advantage of that huge sack by Quentin, it'd be nice to go into halftime with a lead, something we did not enjoy last week against Braden River.
He's made a lot of great plays during the season. He had a sack against them last time.
So the ball is at the 47-yard line. So they have made an adjustment on the clock, which is 2 minutes and 12 seconds. It had wound down a little bit, as always, with the FHSAA. The crew here did a fine job. 2:12 for the Tigers. 1st and 10. Xavier Williams looking down the seam, throws to a receiver out there. No, it was intended for Curtis Thomas, but again, great pressure from the inside of the interior line there.
Well, they're covering that middle route very well, the Pirate defense. They've got people manned up. They're not trying to allow us just run down a seam, but it's definitely something that we can exploit with Jonte, but that's twice they've tried to do that with Curtis Thomas and just haven't been able to hook up.
So Curtis Thomas is now out here wide with LaJonte Wester in the slot. Needs to buy a little time. Throws it out there to LaJonte Wester, and he slips at the 50-yard line. So it's going to be spotted just short of the 50-yard line.
Unfortunate because he threw right into the blitz and still managed to get the completion, but unfortunate he slipped, but he got out of bounds.
3rd and 9, exactly 2 minutes on the clock for the Palmetto Tigers. Xavier Williams with 3 receivers out on the right, 1 single out here to the left. Now he looks, rolls to the right. He's going to run, and he's looking, and he slips, and he's going to be down 3 yards short of the first down marker.
Yeah, so we had a lot of rain earlier in the day, but just I don't think we had enough sun to really, soak it up much. So it's going to be wet out there, and they're going to go for it, looks like here, Brian.
Yeah, minute 39 on the clock. Palmetto Tigers moving things along. Now checking off is Xavier Williams. Looks out here to the left side. Curtis Thomas out here wide with LaJonte Wester in the slot. He throws it out there. He got a receiver. Curtis Thomas.
There
he has
is.
a first down. Shakes the tackle. And there is
Hold on
Curtis
to
Thomas still driving.
Get down. Get
And
down.
he's finally going to be tackled at the 19-yard line. CT Magic.
He was wide open, Rick.
He really wasn't. Great throw by Zay Williams. Go ahead, Tom.
I'll just say he's wide open. They've been setting that up. That little flare pass right out to LaJonte. Everybody's jumping on that, and it allowed Curtis Thomas to break off like he was going to block, and then it'd be wide open. It's a great play call by the coaches.
So the Palmetto Tigers take the first timeout of the half here for the Tigers with 1:15 on the clock. The score is 7-7 with the Palmetto Tigers now in the ASA Power Red Zone. You know, we have a lot of folks watching from all over the country, and I wanted to give a shout out and thank you, Grandpa Dave from Milo, Maine, for watching. Now he's out there in snowy Colorado, and that's from Coach Matt Brazelton. So now a very important drive here. Ball at the 18-yard line. Xavier Williams throws the option out there, and that's going to be Sajel Hickson, runs over a defender, and he's going to be tackled going out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The clock should stop.
The clock has not stopped.
Okay.
The referee was keeping it rolling, and we still have a minute to go here.
Okay, so they're saying
Plenty
his
of time.
knee was down. Yeah, 55 seconds. Now Sajel Hickson once again driving hard, runs over another defender, and he's going to be inside of the 10-yard line, about to the 8.
Looks like we may have did we pick up a first down?
First down.
First down.
Just lowering the boom and just destroyed number 23. My goodness.
So the markers are down. It's first and goal. Xavier Williams looks, throws it out there across the middle of the field. LaJonte Wester came from the right side of the field, was wide open, but incomplete pass.
Got a penalty in here as well, guys.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, ineligible receiver downfield on that.
I tell you what, we have
good at that.
We have struggled with that the last 3 weeks, and I don't think I've ever seen so many penalties for an eligible man downfield as we have seen the last 3 weeks.
And they were right on that one, Tom.
They are, and I think the thing is with these dynamic receivers, he might have thrown a little quick pass there, and our linemen are so anxious to get down there and block, and obviously, if he holds the ball at all, they're downfield. I think that's the issue, which is an aggressive thing.
Yeah,
so.
Right down in the middle of the field. Yep, it's on the replay.
So now it's first and goal from the 14-yard line. And there's a false start on the Palmetto Tigers. That's going to back them up another 5 yards. So it's going to be first and goal from the 19-yard line.
And it's imperative we get some points out of this, preferably 7. They get the ball to start the second half.
We've covered this so many times, and this is what we have seen, unfortunately, from the Tiger offense the last few weeks. Even going back to the Tallahassee-Lincoln game, is that we just make these silly penalties that push us back out of really good field position, and we've got to overcome this if we want to be a championship football team.
A lot of underclassmen out there on the offensive line for Palmetto Tigers. Xavier Williams keeps it, runs middle of the field, and picks up about 5 yards on the play.
Nice read by Xavier. They were going to run the jet sweep, and he saw an opening in the middle of the field and took right advantage of it. Timeout, Brian.
Timeout for the Palmetto Tigers. That'll be the second timeout of the half here, so one left. 34 seconds on the clock.
So what are we dealing with here? It's second down on the chains out there.
Ball's on the 9-yard line.
So still a lot they can pull out of the playbook, maybe something that they've been working on this week. Great time to bring it out, trick play or so.
Yeah, I mean, a good job by Zay Williams just to kind of get us out of that hole that we were digging ourselves in, and now it's just a matter of us coming out of this timeout and executing this play without any silliness. We had to quit committing the penalties that stall these drives.
If you mix Coach Marino's aggressiveness with the fact that we've already missed a field goal, you got to think he's going for it completely on every play this time.
Mm-hmm.
Xavier Williams, they're rolling up the coverage here. Ball is a low snap. Xavier again, he's got a wide open receiver, and that is going to be either Butler or Curtis Thomas. We'll pick up
number four.
Oh, that is Sajel Hickson slipping out of the slot back position down the seam. Great play, great call there, Tom Porter.
And that's his route, running that seam right down the middle of the field. How many times have we seen him do that over the year?
Number 7, Solomon Luther, trying to defend Sajel Hickson as he's coming out of the backfield, and decent coverage, but a great pass by Zay Williams, and even a better catch by Sajel Hickson, who is kind of our go-to guy, just like Logan Rogers for the Pirates. Sajel is the go-to guy, and you can run him out of different sets, and just if you give him an opportunity to score, he's more times than not he's going to pick you up.
And that's his 12th reception of the year and the second touchdown reception.
Got to tell you guys, and I'm interested in watching that replay tomorrow. Looked like Sajel may have dropped that ball as he hit the ground there.
We'll have to take a peek at that tomorrow, but right now the Palmetto Tigers lead this 13-7.
Yeah, Tom, you can keep that to yourself.
I'm going to go tell the ref real quick so he can stop.
Yeah.
And
you know they have a big jumbotron out there, Tom. They can turn around and reverse this
Their
thing.
pride doesn't let them look that direction. They
All
want to
right,
see
Tom. Now we're going to have the extra point here, and it's going to be fired back there. Williams holds it. It's blocked. And then the Pirates have it. That's an extra point, so you can't return that in high school. So number 6, one thing we have seen there, number 6, Aaron Wesley has great speed, and you can see it there. So 27 seconds on the clock. Palmetto Tigers have a 13-7 lead.
And I hope that doesn't come back and haunt us later in the game, having to go for 2 and worrying about that. We just take care of business and do what we're supposed to do, we'll be all right.
So 27 seconds on the clock. Rafael Gonzalez will kick this one off, get a kick out of great service from our friends at DeVito's Auto located in Palmetto. Really, one thing we've seen in this game, field position, time of possession, things that really are necessary for Port Charlotte and their scheme that they have. They're checking off all the boxes here tonight. And but the Palmetto Tigers do have a tenuous 13-7 lead. Gonzalez kicks this one away, and it is going to be caught at the 8-yard line, and then tackled there. There's Braden Nickel out there on the tackle.
It's either going to be him or Jalen Wester.
I think, Jalen Wester was right there as well. And those two guys that we call just about every kickoff.
Every play. Watching the replay from week 4, they were making plays.
Yeah, 21 and 20. Jalen Wester and Braden Nickel, they're phenomenal at that. And returning that, nice little return there was Keegan Resnick back there, number 25.
You guys, the first play of the game, the Pirates, looks like they may be down in it here, I'm not sure. But the first play of the game, they threw the ball out. It looked like it might have been a double pass, and they just, caught the ball and ran. I'm wondering if that's going to pop back up at some point during this game. Braden River was successful. So.
Yes, they were, and
so.
Believe me, they got that in the back of their mind looking at film.
So in that part of the field, they have decided to let this one wind down in a very exciting game here. The Palmetto Tigers are winning this one 13-7, but it's a nail-biter here at Harley Stadium.
The Pirates will come back after the end of the half, and they will receive the ball. They will start this game off on the second half offensively, since they deferred during the first half. So that's a good call. They know they're going to come back out here. Let's don't do anything crazy here and lose an opportunity to keep more points off the board. So I look for this defense to come out here in the second half and hopefully have a better understanding at some of the scheme that the Pirate offense is throwing at them.
Yeah, for the latest official news about Florida high school sports, including results of all rounds in the 2019 FHSAA Football Championships, visit FHSAA.org, the official website of the Florida High School Athletic Association. That's www.fhsaa.org. Catch live and on-demand postseason coverage of Florida high school sports at www.nfhsnetwork.com. Brought to you by the NFHS Network, the official online partner of the FHSAA.
Every day, 192 people in the U.S. die from drug overdose, but they don't have to. In Florida, if you're trying to save the life of another person, you're protected from prosecution by the Good Samaritan Act.
You just saved her life.
Get pumped up for the playoffs, Tigers, with the #1 website for Palmetto game gear. Visit TigerPrideApparel.com. Then show your Tiger Pride on campus and at the game every week. So get your paws on the latest merch only at TigerPrideApparel.com.
That's the pain that makes you strong. That's the pain that makes you hungry. I don't know how bad you're gonna win tonight, but you're gonna win this damn game. Let's go. You wanna play? Then let's play.
We call that ballin'. Doing this is my calling. Flow is so appalling. My phone off and she calling. I'm like, yeah, what it do? Penthouse, man, what a view. Fall back as I'm coming through with my whole team. They coming too. That's back again and I run it. Always gotta keep it 100. All of y'all know y'all want it. Turn it up and get blunted. I'm like, f the money, the fame. I came here to f up the game. Gon' get it. I'm feeling myself. Fresh to death, I'm killing myself. I'm called that ballin'. Doing this is my calling. Flow is so appalling. My phone off and she calling. I'm like, yeah, what it do? Penthouse, man, what a view. Fall back as I'm coming through with my whole team. They coming too. That's ballin', ballin'. I came from nothing to something like it's nothing. Yeah, you know I done it. That is no discussion. Bitch, I'm ballin', ballin'. I made a promise to my mama. I'ma turn these zeros into tens and commas. I'm gone.
all Pirates and Tigers. We are all Floridians. We are all.
Hello, everyone. This is Booster Club President Bill Britt, and I'm up here in the booth for our little halftime report with one of our booster ambassadors, the lovely Rachel Kenzior. And we just wanted to take a few minutes to discuss some of the things that are going on at Palmetto High School this semester. Some really exciting news for those of you who are tuning in, watching a great football game tonight, 13-7 at halftime. Palmetto scoring late to take the lead there, Rachel. Great atmosphere tonight at the stadium.
It is an electric atmosphere. It's a great atmosphere tonight. Huge crowd, and everybody seems to be really on it.
Yeah, and it started out to be such a kind of a dreary day, but you know, as we got to the evening time, the clouds parted and we've got a beautiful breeze.
It is a gorgeous night.
It
really is.
Fantastic.
It's such a beautiful night. It's cool. It's breezy, and everybody just seems to be really enjoying themselves, and they're very into the game, really into the game.
So Rachel, we were talking before the show about some of the stuff that's happening at Palmetto High School, and you are well connected, being that you are the president of the ACE program.
Yes, well, I'm the president of the Cambridge ACE Parent Alliance.
So
we're a nonprofit 501c3. We just started in March. Really, we started before that, but officially in March, and we've been doing some neat things around campus and to support our teachers, and therefore, when we support our teachers, they support our kiddos, and while we support our students, then they become more successful. So that's kind of the impetus as to why we started, and they have had a very busy week this week for ACE. So, and a lot of our athletes are in the ACE program. We have a really strong presence of our athletes in the ACE program. We have a lot of cheerleaders and dazzlers and band, and so it's and because we are, I believe, the pinnacle of advanced studies in Manatee County, we've had a very busy week. Yeah.
So there's so many things that are going on in the course of a school year, and you know, I only get to see a glimpse of it whenever I get on campus. I'm usually there to speak to a coach or an administrator, but I don't really have the pulse of all of the academic and social organizations that are going on in campus, which I know that you do. So in addition to the ACE Alliance, which is a very vital program for Palmetto High School, we've got some outstanding programs academically involved with the school, and I know that you're connected to
I am slightly
some of those.
connected to one.
Can you expand upon that
a little
bit?
I wish he were here to explain a little more, but my brother-in-law Brian Kenzior is in charge of the TSA program here, which is Technology Student Association, and he's also over our the countywide F1 program that has been extremely successful, and they are competing worldwide very soon. I don't know all the details really, but they've had a strong showing, and I know Brian is actually affiliated with F1 North America as well. So he's really very involved and just doing a great job to continue to help that program flourish.
Well, I know last year they had tremendous success with the program and finishing third in the world in competition, and they're
back at it again.
They're doing bigger and better things each year, and they're always looking for funds to support that program. So if you are out there and you have any interest in supporting the academic programs, you can always contact the school or the Booster Club.
Sure.
And if you have a gift that you want to give specifically to an
F1,
academic program of any kind, we will be more than happy to pass that on to those programs, because support in the community is extremely important for the success of those programs. And Brian, he does a fantastic job with that program. Amazing stuff, really. I mean, you know. So talk about
some of the things that were going on this week.
Yeah.
Well, we started off with our CAPA Parent Alliance meeting on Monday, which we had some really neat things planned and putting in place to support our teachers. One, we're doing a supply drive right now for our ACE teachers, and some of the things that we did a survey for the teachers to say, hey, what are some things that you don't have in your classrooms that, because due to maybe lack of funding, that we could help with. So we're right now doing a supply drive where some of the things, the top items that they wanted were, interestingly enough, it seems basic, but they're in need of copy paper, hand sanitizer, Lysol wipes, pens and pencils, tissues, and paper towel. So go figure, but those are some basics. So we're doing a supply drive that will finish on Tuesday. If for some reason you're out there, you hear this and you'd like to donate, you can take it to the front office and mark it APA, and we're going to consolidate that and make sure we have it disseminated and send out to all of our ACE teachers on Thursday night, because Thursday night is a really big night here at Palmetto High. We are doing the ACE Showcase. And it's an ACE Showcase night where we invite all of the middle schoolers that are coming up or high schoolers that would like to check out Palmetto High to come to Palmetto. It starts at 6 o'clock. They're going to meet in the courtyard, and it's a way to understand more about the Cambridge ACE program. So that is Thursday night at 6. We invite all who might be interested out there to come and take a peek at it, and you'll get to see the clubs and the teachers and the students in action. And that is this coming Thursday, November 21st at 6 o'clock. And it's also important to know that that's coming up because we have Choice this year, which is a whole month earlier than typical. So your Choice program to choice into any high school has to be done online during the month of December, which is an entire week or entire month earlier this year than it has been in the past. And that's why it's really a good idea to get all of your due diligence done and your research if you're coming into high school, and to learn about the ACE program, because that choice is coming up pretty quickly. So that was one thing. The other thing I wanted to talk about tonight before we get kicked out of here, I know because they're telling us, is that we have the amazing salty teas that show up every week. And thanks to Bill and his connection and all that good stuff, we are right there. They come every week to the home games, and they're at the home concession stand area. And they have things from the championship district teas to spirit packs to hoodies, hats. They've got all kinds of things.
They
you
have
can get
everything
that
you would want as a Tiger fan.
And
you go to TigerPrideApparel.com. You can go online and order any of the merchandise. We have a ton of stuff for all you Palmetto fans out there to get your gear to support the Tigers. All profit goes back to the school. We're going to have to wrap up the halftime show.
Oh, we're coming back.
Again, the score at half, Palmetto 13. Port Charlotte 7. We will turn it over back to the guys momentarily.
All right, go Tigers.
We're live coming back from the halftime break. Brian Varnador here with Rick Wells, and we're going to get you some halftime statistics presented by Stephen Johnson from our Atlanta studios. If you look at it here, Port Charlotte with 78 rushing yards.
Fans,
Palmetto High School with 58 rushing yards. Port Charlotte with 18 passing yards for a total of 96 yards. And then the Palmetto Tigers, 58 yards rushing, 196 passing, 254 total yards. Looks pretty good, but there's only 13 points on the board.
Well, that's just it, Brian. When you look at those stats, you would think that that the Tigers would be up by at least 2 more touchdowns here, but this game is anything but that. We have left a total of 4 points on this field. We missed that field goal that is very makeable for Raphael, and then we had an extra point that was blocked right there before the end of the first half. So this Port Charlotte team is very much in this ball game, and they're going to receive the kickoff here at the start of the second half. So, we can really attribute that back to what we continue to talk about. The Tigers have offensively really hurt themselves with penalties, pushing themselves out of good field position. We've had 1 turnover, a fumble on a bad exchange between Zay and Sagel Hickson. So, a lot of plays left out there on that field that we just could not capitalize on. So we're going to come out here and play some very clean football, and we just need to execute the plays as they're called. And defensively, we've done very well. This is a very explosive offense for the Tigers. They are very disciplined, and even though those stats may not reflect an explosive offense, they are very good at running the ball, the wing tee, read option, you name it. They may not throw the ball that much, but that's what you got to be afraid of, is that they come in here just like with that fake handoff and receiver throwing the ball. That has caught us on our heels 2 weeks in a row here. We got lucky on this play. We were able to make a play and tackle the receiver before he got into the end zone. Last week we were not so lucky. So we got to stay focused defensively. Man up, play gap football, don't get overly aggressive and get out of position, because that's when they hurt you, Kenny.
Yeah, absolutely.
So 1:05 till kickoff here. Tigers going out there getting ready to kick the ball off. Port Charlotte, as you remember, they deferred in the first half and kicked off to the Tigers. So they're going to be receiving the ball here. Out there to receive this one is number 11, and that is Dylan Lockhart out there. So they've set 12 on the clock here, and we are nearly ready for play. There's the whistle. Rafael Gonzalez is going to approach this one, get a kick out of great service from our friends at DeVito's Auto, located in Palmetto. There's a high hanging kick. He fields it at the 5-yard line. Some big hits in the middle of the field, and then he goes down just short of the 20-yard line, maybe right at the 20-yard line.
You had Jalen Wester out there again. You had Brandon Nickel out there again. And I don't know if the wind is affecting Raphael tonight, but he's just not getting that distance off of his kickoffs like we're used to.
Well, talked to Robbie before the game. He worked on his stance. He's doing a Janikowski kind of kickoff. He's either going to boot it out of the end zone, or he's going to have these high hang time kicks where he does the same thing with the coverage.
Port Charlotte starts things off from the 20-yard line. There's the handoff there. Faked it to Bo Guy, and he runs it forward. Good run on the play for about a 4-yard gain for Logan Rogers.
And they're going to need to run the middle with plays just like that to be successful here in the second half.
So they call that a gain of 5 on the play. 2nd and 5, 11:31 on the clock. Logan Rogers draws the Palmetto Tigers offside. This time they get Floyd Dozier Jr. So that's going to be a first down.
Well, once again, we're just talking about, staying disciplined. That's at least the third offside penalty on the Tiger defense tonight. And once again, they get a first down out of it.
1st and 10. 2 single receivers back there, 2 back set. Logan Rogers awaits. He takes it, he's looking for a crease, and he goes for a gain of about 3 on the play.
Good job there once again by Maddie Wyatt. And I think you also had trying to pick up a number, maybe number 44.
That looked like a John Gruden offense with all the shifts. And
it does,
things that were going
it looked
on
like the old
there.
Buccaneers, yes.
So three receivers on the right side of the formation, 2 on the left. Empty backfield. Now they're going to change it up. Janarius Washington now in the backfield. Rogers takes it, looks. He looked down the middle of the field, middle screen, nothing doing, and there's going to bring up a punting situation. Show great stop for the Palmetto Tiger defense.
Dangerous throw by Logan Rogers. All kind of gray jerseys right in the middle of the field for the Tigers, but it goes incomplete. So we'll take that. But they don't line up in a punt formation, but you just never know.
You just cannot jump off sides here. Now
that's the whole
there.
intent here. Is to get it's helped them with their drives all night with the penalties.
Really a lot of fun to watch. And now Jaquez Hughes is back there, very shallow in the middle of the field. And he angles it for the sideline. He gets a nice kick, and it's going to roll. And Jaquez Hughes scrambles back, catches it. He's trying to catch the edge, and he goes to the middle, takes a big hit. But great return to the 35.
Have you ever seen somebody run a punt back where you're running down the field with the defenders, picking the ball up and then turning around, running up to the opposite sideline?
A very risky play, but he saved us about 30 yards on that by picking that thing up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. That thing can take a crazy bounce, and we're going to be back inside our 10.
You could see a tremendous burst of speed there by Jaquez Hughes. So good field position once again for the Tigers. Started at 35. Really good defensive stand on Port Charlotte's first possession. 9:39 on the clock. He fakes it, he throws it out there, and there's 2 blockers out there. Nice blocking out there, and that's Butler rolling.
And they
give them the ball. They have given.
Oh, it did come out.
So the ball's out.
It's out, and they picked it up. And that's critical.
And he got it down. So
after a great stop by the defense.
Good look on the TigerVision replay there. TigerVision is presented by Conley Buick GMC. Got a good angle on that. Looks like he established possession just before he went out of bounds there.
And Sagel was kind of running loose with it up high and got bumped, and now Kobe Mays with the tackle there out of bounds.
Asking a lot out of the Palmetto Tiger defense here tonight. That's 2 turnovers on the game. 9:15 on the clock for the Pirates. Ball at the 47-yard line. There's that shift. Massive shift pre-snap. Washington in the backfield. Bo Guy. They pitch it out to Bo Guy. Trying to find the edge. Does. He goes for about a 5-yard gain on the play.
Yeah, very unfortunate for the Tigers. Good job by the Pirates on first down. But, we didn't have any turnovers. The Tigers did not that first game. The Pirates had 4, and they're reversing that cycle here tonight.
8:51 on the clock. Let's call it 2nd and 6. And back there, big Janarian Washington in the backfield. Now changing things up over here, number 11, Dylan Lockhart in the slot. 25, Keegan Resnick out there wide. Now they look, he rolls right and throws back across the middle of the field, breaks the tackle. There he is, Washington, and he is going to be tackled
11.
at the 4-yard line. Touchdown saving tackle by Raquan Crawford.
Dylan Lockhart.
Lockhart with a
it
great play.
looks like that big running back. Look, tight end, probably the tight end.
No, I
thought just a missed tackle
number
there.
11 there, which was Dylan Lockhart. Great catch and touchdown saving tackle there for the Tigers. Now he takes it, and it's a power play. Great play by Floyd Dozier Jr., shutting that one down.
Yeah, so the key here right now is just keep them out of the end zone and keep them to at least a field goal attempt here. We have the players to do just that. Just got to stay disciplined here, no penalties, make clean tackles.
2nd and goal from the 6 here. Jalen Turner is now in the backfield back there with Washington. Rogers in the shotgun. changing things up, trying to get those Tigers to jump off sides. Tigers stayed home this time. Now moving the backs, rotating in the backfield. And he fakes it, keeps it, and he's going to be tackled after a gain of about 2 yards on the play, so it's going to bring up a 3rd and goal from the 4-yard line.
They're going on the ball here. Big play, 2-down territory here.
Lot of things that you can do out of this formation. You can go student body with a quarterback, follow those big backs there. And this time, it's a reverse again. He's got a lane out there. Look at the closing speed by the Tigers.
Oh, yeah. What a
great
hit.
tackle. And that's Davion Cummings.
And also Jalen Wester.
Jalen Wester closing the gap. And, you know, on the pitch there, Rick, did you think there was any way the Tigers could get to the corner?
I thought that play was over and they were going to just kind of walk into the end zone. Yeah. And the speed showed up there on the Tiger defense. So now it's a matter of what do you do here? Do you go ahead and a 4th and goal, you try to score a touchdown, or you're going to try to kick it? It looks like that call has already been answered. Yeah, Number 2, Logan Rogers, is going to try to kick a field goal here. You always have to be careful of the fake.
Yeah, and Bo Guy, number 4, he's a running back, so you have to be aware of that. He makes a good snap. The kick is
bad. He's going to be back next year.
Yeah, you know, he's reminiscent of old Doug Flutie. You know, and
you're right, absolutely right. Great comparison.
It's really not about the size of the dog and in the fight. It's about the size of the fight in the dog. And week after week, you will see that from number 2, Logan Rogers.
You know, gentlemen, and we have to secure this football. And Sagel, we love him. He runs the ball hard. He's going to pick up yards that no one else can. But you've got to hold that football high and tight. We really cannot afford to miss opportunities. That defense came out here and gave us an opportunity, and we failed to capitalize.
Anthony Ferrantino is going to kick this one off. And he's hit a lot of squib kicks so far in the game, left-footed approach. Now he drives this one, another low kick, and it's going to be picked up there and looking for a corner, and then stepping up to the middle of the field is Day Hill. A nice return all the way to the 40-yard line.
So once then you got good field position, Kenny. You got the offense coming out here. All these athletes, we've got to make some plays and get into the end zone.
Just sustain a drive that with some consistency, no penalties, burn some clock, and start wearing these guys down.
And I go back to what you spoke about earlier in the pregame. You can't allow Port Charlotte to hang around, and they are hanging tough.
They are. They come here ready to pull an upset.
5:48 on the clock as the Tigers start this drive from the 40. Xavier Williams looks, long ball down the sidelines, looking for Kobe Mays. He's there, he's got it, and he has a big completion, and he's going to be spotted inside the 20-yard line at the 17-yard line.
Well, we said that Kobe Mays was going to have a big game tonight, and he would play a pivotal role in this offense, and he has.
Absolutely. I am so happy for that young man battling back from that knee injury, and just a nice throw there by Xavier to one of his favorite targets.
There's Will Rout. He's got him on the sideline, and he's overthrown a wide-open receiver on the old out and up. So brings up a 2nd and 10.
Oh my! You cannot. There was a breakdown in the coverage. You can't get that wide open, Rick.
In the ASA Power Red Zone.
And we really need to score a touchdown here and and not keep this a one-score game.
Gavin drives hard, but nothing home. Nobody there. Great tackle there on the defense there. Number 33 stepping up was not on my roster, so I'm going to give credit on that one to number 99, Daquan Martin.
I'm going to tell you, Brian, that was number 8 all day. He took the full brunt of that and stood Gavin straight up.
All right, number 8 there, Devin Hunter, the Mike linebacker, 5'11", 200 pounds. He looked like a D tackle on that. Now, Rafael Gonzalez trots out there for the field goal. This will be a field goal of about 27 yards. Snaps down, kick is up, and it is perfect. So the Palmetto Tigers lead now 16-10, you know, and how important is that blocked extra point at this point?
Well, it is, Brian. You're absolutely right. But I'm encouraged that Raphael went in there and hammered that field goal through with some authority in case it comes down to the end. He's got his last kick in the back of his mind, and it was high and true and hit it well. Now let's see if we can hit a kickoff here and set these guys back with a long ways to go against our defense.
I really believe the Tigers, you know, Rafael Gonzalez has the ability to kick it into the end zone. He's kicking these high kicks. They're trying to force a turnover on the return is what is happening here. So 4:16 on the clock. Look for number 21, Jalen Wester, and number 20, Braden Nickel, as they cover this kick. And there is the kick. Get a kick out of good service with our friends at DeVito's. Very high kick, and it's fielded at the 2-yard line. And that is going to be a great return, headed for the sideline and stepping out of bounds there at the 27-yard line. And that is number 21, Jalen Turner.
Nice return, a rare breakdown with our kickoff team. They generally they had him. But that boy can move pretty quick and made a decent run out of it.
They move it back.
I think Brian said he stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, I thought he stepped up 27.
Still good coverage. Need us a turnover here.
Absolutely.
It's time for a turnover.
Dylan Lockett, number 11 over here, very speedy, out wide. Rogers hands the ball off, and that's Bo Guy, and he's going to be tackled after another 5-yard gain on the play.
Yeah, we're getting around that edge and not able to contain, and that's something that you don't see very often. So they got some good blocking over there on the left side of that offense, and they've got some big offensive linemen. I'm looking at Abel Martinez Jr., number 55. He's doing a heck of a job tonight for the Pirates.
3:41 on the clock. Second and a short 5. And he hands it off to Washington. Has a crease, and he's tackled there after a gain of about 15, 16 yards.
Yeah, and there was nothing special about that play. No. Right up the A-gap, and we couldn't get any hands or bodies on him until he picks up over 10 yards.
This is the wing T run to perfection. And it's all about what they can get on first down here. We got to hold them on the first down.
Palmetto Tigers creeping up into a bare front look, now rolling it back there. You've got big Washingtons in the backfield there. Number 9 is out here in the slot, and that's going to be Nick Biacani, the tight end, on the slot side in the single wing. And it's just a power play. Great play initially by, I think that was Floyd Dozier Jr. coming across that line again.
You know, interesting matchup tonight. You see number 75. He is a converted linebacker. He's going in the Marines next year. He's going up against Floyd Dozier. He's 184 pounds.
Yeah, it's
playing right guard for the last 4 games.
Marine, you know, and also a wing T specialist. You can have those pulling guards. They have to be athletic. Now he throws it out there, and there's Bo Guy again. Great tackle there by Matty Wyatt.
You know what's impressive about this Pirate offense? With all these moving parts, these players going from side to side, not one penalty tonight.
That's right. False starts and illegal shifts and everything that they're doing out there. Very disciplined. 2:15 on the clock. Rogers looking things over. He's got 2 receivers out there to the left, 1 single out here to the right. Washington in the backfield. Really in no hurry. Clock underneath 2 minutes. Here in the third quarter, Rogers looks. He rolls to the left, being chased. He throws the ball across his body, dropped. A wide open receiver.
Right in the
Perfect
hands.
throw. And number 6, Aaron Wesley, had broken 6 foot, 145 pounds, wide open in the seam.
Yeah, so you have to sit back here and wait to see what the Pirates are going to do, because once again, you just don't know if Logan Rogers is going to punt it. Looks like he may try to punt this.
Yeah, he looks like he's far enough back to punt here.
Rolls
Nope,
to the
yep.
right, and he kicks a high punt. You know, he's hit different looks, and it
Get in the end
bounces
zone, yes.
into the end zone. So that's a touchback. Palmetto Tigers will have the ball 1st and 10 from the 20. During this break in the action here, I wanted to say the Florida High School Athletic Association recognizes its corporate partners who help make the FSHAA championships possible. The official merchandising company of the FHSAA Gatorade Thirst Quencher, fueling the future. Main Light Events, the official photo company of the FHSAA Balfour, the official supplier of championship rings for the FHSAA Spectrum Sports, the official television partner of the FHSAA Max Preps, official scores and statistics of the FHSAA GoFan, official online ticket provider of the FHSAA, the NFSHS network. Really defended very well on that. And there's a penalty coming in their leg. Number 18 came over there with a big hit, and that was Josh Klerjuski, the Mike linebacker.
That would be huge for this
shot in the arm here to get them
offense if
going.
we could get them moved out of this hole that they're in.
Personal foul, targeting.
How's that work in high school football? Is that an ejection or is that just a penalty?
Really, I don't think they can review that, and I don't think that's going to be a first and 10. What a huge play there for the Palmetto Tigers. Ball's at the 35 now. 1st and 10. 1:31 on the clock.
I didn't even see the penalty. I didn't see it there.
Everything looked clean.
So they're going to slow the ball down because the official had not left from spotting the ball. Williams throws it out there. Got to get a block out there, and he does, and that's going to be Wester, and he goes for about a 8-yard gain. Nice gain.
Like the play call, you get it to your best athlete out in space and let him do his thing, Rick.
Well, no, I agree, Kenny, because they are definitely keying in on the run. They have really stopped the run as well as anyone can against this Tiger offense.
Now Sajel Hickson looking for the edge, and great defense once again, number 18, and that's Josh Klerjuski one more time.
Yeah, and somebody's got to get a body on him, and he just comes out of his Mike linebacker spot untouched, y'all, and that's just something we didn't see from them in that first game.
Really, very few have been able to, when they run Sajel to the outside, he's been very successful.
3rd and 4, 48 seconds on the clock. Williams awaits the snap. And that's Sajel Hickson, 18 on the clock. He looks things over. Williams out of the shotgun. He has 3 out there on the right side of the formation. Kobe Mays out here with a soft cushion with the corner. Fakes the handoff. Xavier Williams keeps it, and he's going to go for a nice gain on play, about a yard short of the first down. So as the time expires here, clock at zeros, Palmetto Tigers lead in this one 16-10.
Every day, 192 people in the U.S. die from drug overdose, but they don't have to. In Florida, if you're trying to save the life of another person, you're protected from prosecution by the Good Samaritan Act.
You just saved her life.
You are watching the 2019 FSHAA Football Regional Semifinal on TigerVision, is presented by Conley Buick GMC. Well, here in the 4th quarter now, with 12 on the clock, the beginning of the 4th, Palmetto Tigers now face a 3rd and 2.
A nice run by Xavier to set up a manageable 3rd down. Very critical, no penalties, Rick, and we got to move the chains here. We have the lead and the ball beginning of the 4th quarter, and that's always a great thing. We got to finish.
This defense for the Pirates has been very disciplined as well. One bad targeting play on this drive, but you haven't seen any offside penalties or anything crazy from them. They're playing very very disciplined football, and they're giving the Tigers everything they could ask for.
That's why they're in this thing tonight.
Tigers in the empty.
So that's been something they have really worked hard on.
Yeah, LeJonte Wester, number 1, known for his kick return. He's a dynamic blocker out there also. Now it is 2nd and 1. A good time to dial one up and go for the home run. Let's see how the Palmetto Tigers play this. 11:18 on the clock. Sajel Hickson goes right up the gut, driving forward, and he's got that first down.
And probably the last 5 or 6 yards all on his own, carrying 3 or 4 of the Pirates.
Yeah, and that's what you get from Sajel, and sometimes that hard running will cause him to fumble the ball, but you get that as well.
So 11:02 on the clock, 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Williams hands the ball off to Sajel Hickson once again, driving forward, hitting the crease. He's got the edge, and he is down at the, let's see where they spot him. They spot him at the 7-yard line, so into the ASA Power red zone are the Palmetto Tigers.
You see Sajel, breaks one tackle, then cuts it outside. And one thing I love about Sajel Hickson, he always falls going forward. Look at him.
So now he flips it out there. Nearly a one-hand catch by LeJonte Wester. A little too hot. It'll bring up a 1st and goal.
Yeah, we really got to –
or 2nd and goal, sorry.
Control the emotion, suck it up here. We really need to get into the end zone here and give ourselves a little bit of a cushion here as we finish out this 4th quarter.
Yeah, I feel a whole lot better being up by 13 than 6 this late in the game.
So the Palmetto Tigers, 10:48 on the clock, hanging on to the 16-10 lead over the Pirates, driving, but a 2nd and goal here from the 10-yard line. 2 backs back there in the backfield. Different formation for the Palmetto Tigers. Robert Gavin back there, and they fake it inside, and it actually goes to Butler. Butler stays on his feet, drives inside the 5-yard line. He's down to the 2.
Some very, very hard running there by Bubba Butler. You know, he's not that tall either, but he runs like a 300-pound lineman, and he puts the shoulders into a couple of those defenders for the Pirates and picks up some big yards here. But looking at a 3rd and goal, about 4 yards to the goal line.
I like this call with Jonte taking the snap.
Yes,
Gus.
I noticed he looked like he called the play.
Jonte
we did
Wester.
this against Tallahassee.
Yeah, he's excellent, and he can do so much out of that quarterback position. And the kick by Rafael Gonzalez is good. The Palmetto Tigers lead this one now 23-10.
Yeah, so the offense, they answered the call and gave us exactly what we needed to give us a much-needed spark, put us up by 13 points, but the defense cannot go to sleep. Still a lot of time left in this ball game, 10:01 in the 4th quarter. They've got to continue to do what they've been doing all night and stop this offense for the Pirates from getting into the end zone.
Yep. One thing with LeJonte Wester, I think there's a lot of places, and he is an excellent quarterback. Palmetto, is something that it's necessary. We need him out there as a wide receiver, and he's so supremely talented wide receiver. But Jonte Wester, that young man, I heard he can throw the ball 65, 70 yards.
Yes,
I don't know
he
if you heard
can.
that.
Yes.
And he would be a talented quarterback.
Yeah, we were joking about him running the option in college, and then Coach, he can throw the ball too very well.
So 10:01 on the clock, and the ball falls off the tee, so Gonzalez will get one chance to put it on the tee. And then if it falls off there again, we'll have to have a holder out there. But it looks like everything is square on the tee, ball on the 40. Tigers with a 23-10 lead. And there it is, now a holder, and it's going to be Jaquez Hughes as a holder. Now this can be interesting because it messes up the coverage unit, as the coverage unit is very familiar. So it gives you one down on one of your sides of the coverage unit. So.
Look how close that was on replay from being tipped.
It was a perfect pitch. Yeah, he's a gunner here on the outside.
Watch how fast Jaquez Hughes gets out of that one, and now he boots that one back, and that's going to it's going to take a –
It does.
Goes over the line. That
just barely.
That ball just touched the plane of the end zone, didn't it, guys?
Yes.
Hey guys, I'm down here on the 40-yard line real quick. I got Brooke Corbett here. She's the girls basketball coach at Palmetto High School. Brooke, you got a big tournament coming up tomorrow.
Yes, sir. We got 8 local high school teams coming off to kick off girls basketball season. It's sponsored this year by Popey's, so come on out. Tigers play at 8:30 and 7 p.m.
We have a great atmosphere at the football stadium. You go to the gymnasium, same thing, great atmosphere. Come check out the Lady Tigers tomorrow.
Thank you.
Go Lady Tigers and go Brooke Corbin. 10:01 on the clock. And he fakes it to Washington, throws it out. Wide open receiver. Maddie Wyatt comes back, makes a tackle, but that's going to be a first down for the Pirates.
Yeah, we got to stay on that passing game because we know that they love to run the ball, but they have to get some points quick, and Logan Rogers can throw the ball very effectively.
Palmetto with a Kendall Reynolds is out there wide, and then 3 other linemen kind of spreaded him out there a little bit, and he's got a receiver out there, and he breaks the tackle. Another first down by the Pirates.
It's imperative that they wrap up. They missed a tackle on the last drive that helped them get the field goal, set up the field goal.
Yeah, somebody's got to make a play
Gotta
here.
make the play.
You got to come up here and stay close to these receivers, and you see them doing that over there. I think that's going to be Crawford.
He looks, he rolls to the left, throws across his body. Going down, trying to make a catch was Bo Guy there, incomplete.
Yeah.
Good coverage out there.
By Devion Cummings, Brian, who was able to defend that play.
Let's watch the replay. Jumped it right there at the last second or just missed it.
Brayton Nickel, the long snapper, is in there now, covering as a safety, covering the slot receiver, Bo Guy out there. They run the option out here, and they got a crease, and he's got a lane, and he's still going and tackled eventually by Michael Brown. Big gain on the play.
That's their big running back. They call him Dada back home, and rarely runs outside, but looked real good there on that play. Had great blocking.
Yeah, he really has nice feet for a big back, does Washington. And he looks, and he's being chased, and he throws it out there extremely late. Going to need to make a tackle, and that great tackle made out there, but not after a gain of about 4 yards.
Logan really showing off his passing skills now and just trying to get this offense into the end zone with 8:49 left.
Dylan Lockhart is out here wide. Logan pitches it out there. And there he has it, and that's going to be Washington. And he's still going and dragged down by Jaquez Hughes.
So we got number 20, Brayden Nichols. He goes inside, gets blocked inside, gives that big back an opportunity to come around the outside. They're right there. Good block.
Mikkel missed him, and then Jaquez with the stop.
Jaquez Hughes going for the strip there. Big, strong, though. He couldn't rip it out of there. Washington in the backfield. And it's ball on the ground. And he is accredited for the sack there. That's going to be the easiest one.
Ellison Bradley, but we'll take it right now because that stops a little bit of this momentum that the Pirates have going in here on the Tigers into the field.
5-yard loss, and they don't have the best field goal kicker.
Heads up play by Logan Rogers there, hustling back there, showed good hands to get on that live ball. 2nd and 15.
You need to get some pressure if they decide to throw.
Palmetto Tigers in a 4-man front. Ormsby at right defensive tackle. And that's a reverse, and they're all over this.
Great play, Ellison Bradley all over number 4, Bo Guy. They were not fooled that time.
And that's probably the 3rd or 4th time that they've been successful with it. Ellison Bradley, Johnny on the spot, making a huge play.
That may have been a pass back to that quarterback at some point there. He was running down the sideline there.
It looked like that flea flicker play again there, Tom.
He was looking at him.
You're absolutely right. Same flea flicker play that they did earlier in the game. Now he looks, rolls right, throws to the boundary. That's not going to be far enough. Incomplete pass. That brings up a 4th down. Great defensive stand for the Palmetto Tigers.
Trying to get over there to Dylan Lockhart. I think Dylan may have slipped just as he was trying to make that reception and we were able to come up with a completion there. Tiger defense is still going to be asked to make another stop here. There's really nothing else for the Pirates to do but to go for it here on 4th and about 26.
Here on the Transition, football fans, the best games are yet to be played. Make plans to attend the 2019 Florida High School Football State Championship games. The intense 1A through 3A action takes place at Gene Cox Stadium in Tallahassee, December 5th through the 7th. And 4A through 8A will be in Daytona Stadium, hosted by DME Marketing, December 11th through 14th. Tickets start as low as $12. Come out and watch the best in Florida high school football play. Visit the FHSAA website at FHSAA.org for more information. 4th and forever. Rogers, it's a double reverse, and now it's back. He's looking to pass this one, middle of the field. He scrambles it out there. Incomplete pass.
Good pressure by the defense. Able to get in there and kind of mess that play up from the beginning and made them rush the pass. And
Kevion Williams back there with the pressure, Rick.
Yeah, good job by the entire defensive front. They stayed disciplined. They had an opportunity to make a reception, but it was far short.
It wasn't going to make it. And also kudos to the secondary for staying on whoever they were looking for.
I was just going to say that, Kenny. Kudos to the coaching staff. I'm sure that's not the first time they've seen that play on film. That's their desperation play, and obviously set that coverage up to where they were going to have no issues, deep. So that was awesome.
Yeah, it was nice to see. You saw in coverage back there in a single high safety was Jaquez Hughes back there in the single high safety right at the marker, and then all of the defense in front of the marker. And so great defensive play. I will tell you this, guys. This Port Charlotte Pirate team is incredible. The passion that they're playing with tonight has been amazing here. 6:46 on the clock. He throws it out there. There's the seam route. Kobe Mays drops it.
He has made some great catches tonight. And
it
right in the bed basket.
Well, yeah, it was a little low. He went down to get it. I mean,
he'll catch that 9 times out of 10.
Absolutely.
So that's a double whammy there because you got to drop the ball and the incomplete pass stops the clock here.
Yes.
6:44 on the clock.
We need to run. We need to run this thing.
Yeah. So here you need to burn some time off the clock here with a 13-point lead in the 4th. Xavier Williams hands that one off to Wester, and he runs hard, but he's taken out of bounds. That's going to stop the clock once again.
How unfortunate. We need that clock to continue to run, and now we have a 3rd and 7, and we've ran 10 seconds off the clock.
Well, yeah, not the best situation for us, but if we pick up this first down here,
things will be a lot better.
6:37 on the clock. Kobe Mays is out here in single, and then you have Dravian Butler, Curtis Thomas out there. Now that's going to be Sajel Hickson. Slips a little bit at the line of scrimmage, goes for no gain on the play. So the clock is winding down now. It's at 6:25.
So crucial here for the punt team to stay on their block and give Raphael a good lane to kick from Kenny and try to pin them back as far as we can. And then also cover downfield.
And yes, it's time for him to catch one here and really like he's done here in recent weeks. He's had some great punts here late in the game to flip the field.
And they've got some burners out there on the edge. So there's a nice snap by Nickel. Oh, a nice punt out there, and it's going to roll. And it will be downed at the 22-yard line. Good punt by Rafael Gonzalez. The clock winds down to 5:42. Tigers hanging on to this 23-10 lead with 5:42.
And what we like here is this is not a good this isn't the great time to run the wing T offense when you're down by 13 points. They need to score here real quick, and the offense is not designed to do that.
Yeah, it's important for this Tiger defense to not let anything behind them, keep everything in front of them, and make them really work hard with 5:42 left in this game, make them work for every down to try to get this thing into the end zone.
And a great matchup over here. Dylan Lockett is being covered by Damian Hill. Speed on this side of the field. He throws the other side of the field. Incomplete pass. That brings up a 2nd and 10. Clock stops at 5:38.
A very difficult throw, but he put some mustard on that thing, and they just couldn't come up with the reception. But that's a strong throw.
Yes, absolutely. He threw that from the short side here. Just didn't get the completion.
Logan Rogers throws the option out there. Really good block out there. Goes for about a 5-yard gain, brings up a 3rd and 5.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that as the clock continues to burn here with 5:25 left in this game, and just keep everything in front and make the tackle when you have the opportunity.
3rd and 2, 5:17 on the clock.
2 down territory.
Logan Rogers. And he's got big Janarius Washington in the backfield with him. He's running an option out there, throws it out there light, running downhill. That's terrifying, but great tackle by Michael Brown, 1st down.
So it's going to stop the clock temporarily as they move the chains. But, this big back, number 22,
he's nice.
He is something to watch, isn't he?
So with 4:53 on the clock, looks, Rogers throws it down there, looking for the big ball down the sideline. Got a man, and it is incomplete. Number 7 out there, Solomon Luther. And, Solomon's been injured in this game. He was in very good position there. He mistimed his jump, got up a little bit early on that one.
It's like an out and up there. And,
and Crawford gets right to him and really recovers nicely. If that ball's not thrown that high, Crawford has a chance to make a play.
Yeah, the ball was thrown high and outside. Perfect throw out there by Rogers. Continues to impress. Now he throws another long ball out there, and this one sails on him, so it's going to bring up a 3rd and 10. 4:39 on the clock.
Yes, I really think you got to watch for a running play here. They're going to try to keep us on our heels, throw us back a little bit, and they got
they need a first down, and they're able
to. That's right. And
to run data with on that outside, it's been effective for him, getting him in space. Yep.
Nice pitch out there to Washington, trying to find the crease. He's got it. 1st down, and that's going to stop the clock with 4 minutes and 29 seconds, 4:30 on the clock.
Yeah, so I think everybody was expecting it. We just couldn't stop that talented running back. I mean, Dada is going to be a handful for any team, and he's really picking up steam as this game moves on.
4:25. Fakes the handoff, looks for the out route, nothing there. Now he throws the ball late, and it's incomplete. Stops the clock, 4:15 on the clock.
Another amazing thing about this Pirate offensive line is with all that movement, not one hold as they are running outside, trying to throw the ball. Just very disciplined.
4:15 on the clock. Logan Rogers. Big Washington. It's an option again. This time he is hemmed up. That's a huge play by
Kevion with Johnny on the spot. Great play. Sets them back.
Clock continues to wind.
Yeah, clock ticking, but 3rd and long.
This offense isn't designed to catch up.
3rd and 15. Really feel comfortable out there. Day Hill. Great coverage corner out there. And they fakes it. He rolls to his right, and he's being chased there. And he throws the ball late, and it's picked off. There's the interception and tackled there. And just there's a late flag on the play. And that's going to be Crawford over there. Let's see, 7.
I'm pretty sure it's Crawford that made that interception. It is.
Playing with fire, throwing eventually sooner or later with our talented defensive secondary with their speed, and Ball Hawks finally get the key interception.
That's a late hit on 55, boys. Late hit on 55.
So Ryan Cotton-Pillback had a late hit after the play, but
55 for Port Charlotte.
55 for Port Charlotte.
Abel Martinez Jr., offensive lineman for them.
Okay, so the offensive lineman frustrated out there, 6'5", 280 pounds.
It's against the Tigers.
It was against the Tigers. They're pointing to our side.
Yeah, they're pointing at our.
And they're marking it off our way.
No.
It's just more space to burn the clock
Personal
up.
foul.
Right there on McKell, maybe slinging the guy down.
It had to be on McKell.
Okay, so
great job on the replay, guys.
Good
in
job,
the
good job,
trailer.
Tom.
In the trailer, great.
The guys in the truck, TigerVision, as created by Conley Buick GMC, those guys do a fantastic job out there. And presented, not created. It's getting late here in the fourth quarter. 3:32. Xavier Williams hands the ball off. Sajel Hickson running hard, bouncing off, still going. Man, look at the closing speed that you see here.
What is?
Oh my goodness!
Did he just throw the ball in the end zone?
He was outside the tackle box. He did throw the ball out of bounds.
So is that a safety?
And he threw it forward. He did throw it forward. Wow.
Wrong direction.
So,
let's get a replay. There we go.
So it's going to be half the distance of the goal, half the distance. So it's going to only be on the 1 yard line.
Intentional grounding.
Yep, intentional grounding. So the ball is going to be at the half yard line. The clock stops. 3:14 on the clock.
And a loss of down, which is huge. Loss of down.
Yep, loss of down. And Sajel Hickson just tried to make too much happen, lost about 30 yards on the play, and then tossed the ball out of bounds.
1 yard line.
So it's very important here that we just get out of here, no penalties, no turnovers, and just do the best we can to get some field position.
And you have to watch the defensive line. Look for big number 99, Taquan Martin. Here he comes. And there's Sajel Hickson, knifes forward for about a 1 yard gain on the play.
Very, very safe play, just what the doctor ordered there.
Sajel Hickson looks like he is hurt, boys. Grabbing his right knee.
Oh, goodness.
Screaming.
Oh, no.
So Sajel Hickson injured on the play.
That's Zay Williams.
It's Xavier.
That's Zay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Number 2, yep.
So Xavier Williams injured on the play.
We can see the replay.
So that will stop the clock at 3:01, but our thoughts and prayers are with Xavier Williams here, Palmetto High quarterback here, number 2, trying so hard to get out of that end zone, and looked like he had a leg injury there. Won't speculate on injuries, but with a hush over the stadium here, you know, Palmetto Tigers hanging on to a 13-point lead, leading this one 23-10 in the fourth quarter.
I saw a tweet with him and several other Palmetto Tigers doing a fundraiser, doing a prayer at a felt Feeding Empty Little Tummies fundraiser today. I thought that was great that the football team was out there supporting that great cause, and he was there today.
So what you may see here on this third down play, you'll probably see LaJonte Wester there. You know, there's a couple quarterbacks in replacement here. You would have Josh Siplin, the sophomore, 6'3", 185 pounds, and LaJonte Wester. And this is a very, very important play here at the third, coming off the 3 yard line. But really, right now, the stadium, everyone's thoughts and prayers are with Xavier Williams.
Yeah, absolutely, Brian. Sipling has been effective running this year. 14 rushing attempts, 148 yards, generally in mop-up work, but he's cold on the sidelines. Then you got LaJonte, it's probably the safer.
I think so, Kenny. I think the best thing to do is just to allow LaJonte to take the snap, just try to get whatever he can, just run out of there. Don't even bother handing it off.
Hey guys, looks like Xavier was smiling. Looks like they're standing him up now. So
oh, great!
That's really good news. Really good news on his own weight.
Great to see Xavier Williams is able to walk off, so may be able to shake that one off.
That's a great sign.
Yeah.
And he's smiling, and
he's a tough kid.
He's such a good young man. I've had the pleasure of knowing Zay for a long time. He works so hard.
In the ACE program for academic achievement. Him and Tyler.
Yeah, he can go wherever he wants.
You guys remember a 99-yard touchdown by LaJonte in the playoffs last year?
Bloomingdale, absolutely.
Just saying.
Yeah, very possible.
So now there is a stop.
And I bet you Port Charlotte does not know that.
Look at Coach Dan Whidden hustling out across the field there.
And he's coming back from taking a shot in Tallahassee.
Oh, he got
hammered on the sideline. And
now here's LaJonte Wester, and he's running the ball to the left. Now he reverses his field, steps up to the middle, and he's going to get tackled there. Oh, that's going to be very close.
He put that ball down on the ground. He put it down. He shut that ball down on the 1-yard line.
Okay.
And then Kobe Mays picked it up.
Yep.
How did Kobe end up?
So the ball came out. Kobe Mays comes out of the scrum with the ball. The holy
He
roller.
literally set the ball down on the 1-yard line. I don't know what he was doing there.
They're on the 10. Looks like they're on the 10, Brian.
Yeah, he was trying to lunge across and down the ball on the other side, not to pick up the safety, Tom.
That is the strangest fumble-rooski I've ever seen right there.
Heads up by Kobe Mays. Probably he's had some big catches, but that might be the biggest play
They have
of the
11
game.
on the line. They're coming after it.
And they're fast. Number 7 out here, Luther, he is very fast out as a gunner. And this time he hammers it out. Beautiful punt roll, and it's going to be very high. Fielded there by number 11, and he's fantastic. Breaks a tackle, still going on the sideline, and he goes out at the 25-yard line.
So only a net of 15 yards. That puts Port Charlotte in great field position to make a quick strike here.
Yeah, well, the key to that is with everything that we have had to witness here, there's only 1:33 left in the fourth quarter. We lost track of that, but we have definitely we have to hold them. Nothing big. Don't give them an opportunity to score and then come back with the onside. We just got to do what we can to keep them out of the end zone right now.
How many times do you guys think Coach Pat Cucci puts the defense in this situation in practice? You know, a minute and a half left on the 25-yard line.
Every practice.
Every practice.
Yes, they do.
He doesn't mind that in practice, but this Friday night thing is probably not his thing. And now Logan waits for this one, and he rolls to his left, throws across his body. That one's up there, wide open receiver, and he's in for 6. And that's going to be number 21, Jalen Turner, the 5'9", 166-pound halfback, slid out of there, down the sideline, uncovered for the touchdown. So now the Palmetto Tigers lead in this one 23-16 with 1:25 on the clock.
And that extra point could be could come back and haunt us here.
Oh my goodness!
Huge extra point here.
Logan Rogers is going to kick this one. Good snap, good hold, and kick is up, and it is good.
Okay.
So now the Palmetto Tigers lead this one 23-17, 1:25 on the clock, and we're about to see an onside kick.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you remember Game 4, they came out in the second half and did a successful onside kick, caught us off guard, and it's coming. It's coming. They brought somebody in special to kick it against us.
So what you'll see with the Palmetto Tigers out there, you're not going to see a lot of blockers out there. You're going to see a lot of wide receiver, running back types out there.
A lot of those jerseys with just one digit on the shirt. Going to be out there.
It's the
hands team out there. All we got to do is secure this.
Oh my goodness! 23-17.
And what's the timeout situation on TigerVision? It says we both have 3.
And now, the fate of the Port Charlotte Pirates is hanging in the balance off the foot of the kicker here, and this onside kick. Davion Cummings goes back deep. I don't expect a pooch kick here. There's a lot of open field, but the hands team is out there.
Yeah, you might as well put as many. They have never kicked it deep all night anyway. Might as well put. They've got about 10 people up there. Looks like.
Anthony Ferrantino.
They got to get some. They're running around. The Tigers are trying to figure out where they're.
Ferrantino. Now the ball goes off the tee here. A minute 25. And Palmetto Tigers trying to hang on to this 23-17 lead.
And having a holder here, Brian, that's one less person they have to get the ball.
It's a good one, and it's
Better
through there.
get it.
And
it's out of bounds.
Goes
Out of bounds.
out.
Did it go out of bounds? The flag is out.
So it's going to be the Palmetto Tigers ball on the 35.
We dodged the bullet, Rick.
Beautiful onside kick. That was found the gap in the coverage.
You know how hard that is to do, to kick a good onside kick?
No.
Because it's 10, like a 10% chance you're going to get the ball. Had he not kicked it out of bounds, they were going to get the ball. Again.
What an amazing effort here by the Port Charlotte Pirates. They come into this game after losing 47-7 to these Tigers, and they have given this #1 ranked Palmetto Tiger teams everything tonight.
So let's see who is going to be coming in at quarterback. That's going to be critical.
I put LeJonte in at quarterback, snap it back to him, have him run wide every time.
Stay in bounds.
Stay in bounds, and so it takes a long time for them to spot.
The important thing is, regardless, we're going to have to pick up at least one first down here.
Yes, because I'm seeing 3 timeouts.
They have 2 left.
2 outs, okay.
2 timeouts left. LeJonte Wester in the backfield. He runs it to the middle, takes a big hit, and he's going to be stopped there. They're going to call a timeout there. They'll have 1 timeout left, Port Charlotte. 1:17 on the clock.
We know we can throw the ball. Do you risk something like that?
No, I don't think so. I wouldn't. I think I would do exactly what Brian just talked about. I want to get him outside and let him pick up at least 3 or 4 yards. And that defense up the middle for the Pirates has been strong all night. We have struggled even with Sajel Hickson trying to run up the middle.
Yes.
So Ryan Cotton, his helmet came off during the play, so he's going to have to take this play. The offensive lineman, number 55, Ryan Cotton, his helmet came off. Center.
The center who makes the snap on the shotgun.
So terrifying. His helmet comes off during the play, so we're going to have to change. Palmetto Tigers are going to have to change things up on the line of scrimmage at this critical point in the game.
I think Jay West is his backup, so he'll probably snap it if he has to come out for a play.
So have we confirmed that Port Charlotte only has 1 timeout left?
Yes, they have 1 left.
1 left. 1 left.
You're going to have
that's what
you're going to have Jay West in there at center, correct?
Probably. Yeah, he's lined up at center.
Number 73, nice snap, and that's going to be LeJonte Wester running forward, and he's going to be stopped there. And there's the last time out being used by Port Charlotte with 1:11 on the clock.
It's 3rd and 9.
3rd and 9.
So if we could get just a couple of key blocks here and pick up a first down, the game would be over. But, right now they're just trying to play it safe and run up the middle, and I get it. But if we could just get Jonte outside here, good things could happen.
Guys, I'd like to just take a second to recognize this officiating crew. What an awesome job they've done. They have not been that involved in the game. They've let the kids play. They've called it evenly. It's refreshing to see a team like a team of referees like this that are professional, do a great job.
Yeah, the FHSAA crew here tonight has just been tremendous here in this regional semifinal. 1:11 on the clock. LeJonte Wester. And he rolls to his left slips, maintains his balance. They're trying to strip that ball out of there, and he plunges forward there, showing his power there. Had a nice gain on the play. Clock continues to wind. 55 seconds on the clock. Play clock's 40 seconds.
40 seconds. Let it run down, possibly take a timeout, figure out what you're going to do here. Do you risk punting it or just let LeJonte run around, see what happens?
What is going to be the difference as far as the clock and the game clock? I don't know how much time we're going to have left.
Well, I think we're going to probably have to punt this thing.
We're going to have to punt it.
Well, depending on the time here,
Okay, 20 seconds. So
20 seconds is a lot of time.
It takes 5, 6, 7 seconds to kick the ball, get it downfield, So they're going to have 10, 15 seconds left if they get the ball back here.
If there was 10 seconds, less than 6 seconds, say, in this situation, I would put LaJohntay Wester in the punting formation and have him run it out the back of the end zone, have him chasing
Take
around
the safety
until the clock ran out. But there's 20 seconds on the clock. Rafael Gonzalez, and we've seen out of this Port Charlotte Pirate team, they have explosive defensive backs, very fast, and they're going to probably come off this edge. Going back to return this one is number 11 back there, Dylan Lockhart.
Which he had a great run last time, and they're going to come after this with 10 people.
So this is going to be the long snapper, Braden Nickel. Beautiful long snap. Gonzalez kicks it. It's
Straight
high
up.
and short, and it is going to roll
Bouncing backwards.
back. Oh, my goodness.
A 5-yard punt.
10 seconds on the clock.
Guys, as soon as that snap happened, the wind picked up, and he kicked it right into that headwind, and man, it just blew for 2 or 3 good seconds there.
And he kicked it high, and that definitely did not help it.
Oh, my goodness. 10 seconds on the clock. Port Charlotte, we've seen the arm talent out of this dynamic quarterback, Logan Rogers. He certainly can throw it 50 yards. The ball is spotted at the 44-yard line. Palmetto Tiger defense really needs 2 stops here to end this game.
Yeah, they have no timeout, so if they throw it across the middle, if they get a first down, the clock will start back up as soon as they get it spotted. So I don't know if they're going to have to throw it.
No, you're going to have to throw the ball on a deep out route down the boundary. So you want to roll your mobile quarterback if you're not going for the home run, and you're going to just throw it out there past the marker. So let's say the target would be the 20 or the 28, 30-yard line. It's what, at least get it that far.
Get a good pass rush here on him, make him force it.
Palmetto Tigers rushing only 3. Logan Rogers rolls left. They're loading up. Big Ben left. And he's going to be good coverage out there by the Tigers. 3 seconds on the clock. Going to be time for one more toss. And there's the arm talent. So Rogers threw that one at 5'6".
50 yards.
50 yards in the air. Easy, because he had to throw across the hash. So, and continually impressed by Logan Rogers. 3-man rush for the Tigers.
Rick, you're standing up there. I feel it too.
Can't have a penalty here for those Tigers.
Penalties. Right.
Probably one of the most outstanding efforts you will see from this Port Charlotte Tiger team. Rogers awaits. And it's going to be that little reverse flea flicker, and he slips. And I thought his knee was down, but he throws it down the field.
Oh.
And it is incomplete pass.
Time is up.
Palmetto Tigers win. As the clock goes to zeros here in the fourth quarter, the Palmetto Tigers win 23-17 in a nail-biter in this regional semifinal game.
Let's watch the replay here and see what really happened. They did their little trick play. Flea flicker. He falls down and knee did not hit.
Nope, balls.
And then he gets by 3 of our guys and then throws a prayer up.
50 yards. He threw it
50
right
yards.
through 50 into the end zone.
And
great coverage.
We live for another day. This one was a little too close for me.
Well,
we know that we're playing big boy football. This is the playoffs. We knew that we were going to be in a dogfight. It was everything that you could hope for as a fan, and it was exciting. And Tigers live to play another week. And you know what's very exciting for us? This is the first time that I can remember that we have made it past the second round of the playoffs.
Yes, since 2011 when we made the semifinals.
Well, yeah, and we're going to, get some information to you about the winner, who will be playing, the Tigers will play next. Tonight's final score, the Palmetto Tigers 23, the Port Charlotte Pirates, the amazing Pirates, 17.
Brian, as I'm watching the players come by and slap hands, we're excited for our team, obviously. But, the realization set in for some of these seniors from Port Charlotte. They're crying, they're upset. It's the last time some of them are ever going to play football. So it's just a surreal moment on both sides of the ball.
Thanks, Tom. Yes, it's a very hard-fought game. Stay tuned, fans, for Tom Porter's interview with Coach Marino, followed by Impact Staff Leasing's Impact Player Interviews, which will be followed by a final statistical game summary provided by Steve Johnson from our Atlanta studios. So, hey, let's kick it down now to Tom Porter. Tom, what a game.
Yeah, that was a great game, and the sentiment from the kids from Port Charlotte, they said we had that game, and that was closer than it should have been. Palmetto had many opportunities there, 5 minutes left, had the ball back, and could have shut this thing down, and a couple incomplete passes, and I'm not sure what's going on, but everybody's going back to the middle of the field here, I guess, to
kneel,
pray.
probably kneel and pray. Tom?
So there might have been a player down over here somewhere.
Yeah, Tom, the following game that the winner of the next game, Lake Gibson game, is tied right now 25-25 in the fourth quarter, so
Wow.
we have yet to know our opponent.
I tell you, it's amazing to me to think that Charlotte could win that game, and we could play Braden River last week, Port Charlotte this week, and Charlotte next week, all in our district. We would go from the toughest district in 7A to the toughest district in 6A. We can't catch a break with the district, but of course we are the district champs, so tonight we showed it. Hey, sometimes it's like this. Sometimes you lose these games that are close. We should have won by more, but hey, you got to win in these situations when you're not firing on all cylinders, and Tigers stepped up when they had to and made the plays.
Yeah, Tom, and interestingly enough, we were talking about that before the game. Rick Wells up here said, it could be the opportunity that we could play in consecutive playoff weeks teams that we've already played, which is a tough task. Anytime you
I don't think it's ever happened. I do know there was 2 other regions that had something similar, but the odds of everything falling in place right there are just astronomical, and we may see it happen over in Lake Gibson if Charlotte pulls it out.
Hey guys, what a thing to see over here. Coach Moody Johnson leading the prayer of both teams. FHSAA is all about teamwork and camaraderie and sportsmanship, and what a great display of that by both teams there, able to come together. Coach Moody Johnson, the spiritual leader oftentimes for the Palmetto Tigers, he's stepping up and did that for both teams. Pretty awesome to see. I hope we got a good picture of that on TigerVision.
Yeah, Moody Johnson, one of my favorite gentlemen. He's just incredible. And so if you're just tuning in late, what you missed, it was a nail-biter of a game. Palmetto Tigers coming out on top 23-17 here at Harley Stadium. Now the band is playing. Coach Marino is out there celebrating with the band, so we'll let you listen to that and then kick it down to Tom.
Bring it in. Bring it in tight. Bring it in tight. Hey, there's only one thing to say. Okay, we will be here, eyes up. We will be here at 8:30 tomorrow, okay, ready to get better. Okay, everybody will be here tomorrow, 8:30, ready to get better. Okay, that's not a championship football team right there. Okay, you want to go win a regional championship, we're going to play a heck of a lot better. Okay, and it's going to start tomorrow morning. Okay, 8:30, we're going back to work. Let's go bring it up. Hey, family on me, family on 3. 1, 2, 3. Family.
So obviously happy to have a victory.
We're not coaching him up well enough. We will do a better job of coaching our guys up because that's just not good. It's not good.
What did Port Charlotte do differently from this game? The last game y'all blew them out 47-7. What was different from this game from the last one?
They played with a lot more fight and fire, and our kids made it a lot easier for them to play with a lot of fight and fire. When you take the opening drive and you turn it over. When you're playing behind the chains because we can't get lined up, because we're jumping, a lot of self-inflicted penalties that we did last week. If we don't get out of this funk, it's going to be a short run.
What's the update on Xavier?
Just a bruise.
Will he be back next week?
Yes.
Okay.
You were going to use one in that situation anyway, or?
No, at that point, I mean, we're not going to bring a cold, Josh Siplin in. We have all the faith and confidence and trust in Josh Siplin. He's an outstanding quarterback. But, at that point in the game, chilly night. John Taylor's been in the fire, so we just felt like, he.
All right, guys, just want to step away a little bit here. I don't know that the coaches are going to bring players over for us today, but Coach Bruno's not very happy. He's upset at the team effort, kids playing out of position, situational awareness, lack of situational awareness. Like you said, you can't expect to continue to move on in the playoffs, even though it's the furthest we've been. That just shows the level of talent we have. We're able to fight back in these situations, even though we're making these bonehead plays. We're able to stay in it because we have a big athletic play. The best teams are the ones that don't make those mistakes, not the stupid penalties, jumping off sides. Coaches talked about aggressive penalties before, but that is not going to work at this point. That might be great in week 5 and week 6, but as we go further and further into this playoffs, it's not going to work. These teams are just too good. So not happy. Again, I don't see any coaches out here with any kids, so I'm going to go ahead and kick this back up to the booth with Brian Warnerdorf.
Yards rushing, 88 yards passing, 249 total yards, and then Palmetto Tigers with 89 yards rushing, 247 yards passing, 336.
Much different than Game 4. When you look at that 161 yards, that's what kept them in the game. They just did enough well on the pass. Still outgained them, but the score was made it a lot closer.
Yeah, you're right, Kenny. And we talked about this all night. We were really expecting Sajal Hickson to be able to run the ball against this Pirate defense, and that just did not happen. They, like Coach Marino said, they really were fighting and were able to contain Sajal for minimum yards for a Sajal Hickson type football player. Just wasn't the type of game that he's used to having. But this really comes down to mental mistakes, and we are very, very lucky to come out of this second round of the playoffs with a win, because we were giving them opportunities to stay in the game, and it almost hurt us in the end. So very fortunate, feel good that we're going to be playing next week, but as the coach already stated, we have a lot of work to do, gentlemen.
And if you look at the scores that are popping up on TigerVision, you don't see a lot of blowouts other than the Miami Central Naples game, which is a shocker to me. Every one of these games are close. And a quick update on that game in Lake Gibson. They are in overtime, Brian.
Yeah, so it's overtime. Whether they locked up at 25 apiece there. So
Kansas tiebreaker.
Wow. So the opponent of Palmetto's next game will be the winner of Charlotte and Lake Gibson, and they are in a tough game here.
Charlotte was the 6th or the 7th seed, and Lake Gibson was the number 2 seed, and they're undefeated. So Charlotte's over there giving them a game.
Well, we know all too well what Charlotte is capable of doing. We have always fought them hard, and they have fought us hard, and we have at times struggled defensively trying to contain that that wing T offense that they run, just similar to what you see from Port Charlotte. But bottom line is this should be a very happy moment for this team, but I think tomorrow is going to be everything but that.
Yeah, so the Palmetto Tigers have to look at this. A W is a W is a W, and that's what counts. The final score victory for Palmetto Tigers, 23-17. My broadcast partners, Rick Wells, Ken Burton Jr., Tom Porter, Steve Johnson from our Atlanta studios, and I thank the number 1 fans in the world. Our TigerVision is presented by Conley Buick GMC. Fans for watching Palmetto Tiger football. For exciting high school athletic association playoff football, please join us again on TigerVision as presented by Conley Buick GMC.
Get pumped up for the playoffs, Tigers, with the #1 website for Palmetto game gear. Visit TigerPrideApparel.com. Then show your Tiger Pride on campus and at the game every week. So get your paws on the latest merch only at TigerPrideApparel.com.